Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me get everything unplugged and everything like that. Y'all ain't think I was gonna be down here? Hold on 1 second, y'all. I just gotta turn something off. Y'all give me 2 seconds. I gotta disconnect the Bluetooth before I can be live with y'all. All right, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Whatnot. Hold on, it's gonna be a little bumpy. Let me share this real quick. I'm down here where I started 8 months ago. Just wanted to do a quick little live. Give me a second. Let me share this. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's shaking? What's shaking? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me clear. You know I had to come down here. Y'all just give me a sec. Let me know if y'all can hear me clear. You know I had to come down here. Y'all just give me a second though. Sharing this, make sure everybody get it. You know the vibes. What's going on? You know what I mean? So, making sure I do that. Like this real quick. Just give me a second. I'm gonna talk about Mace. Former anyway. Alright, y'all. Alright. So I had some stuff to do yesterday. So can everybody hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. What's going on? What's going on? Ain't nothing. I'm gonna come out there probably Monday. That's what's up. You should. We need more people come out. I'm just out moving around right now. I got my what's the name? So if I sound muffled or something, y'all let me know. But I ain't gonna be on everybody's camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit does not work. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna cross the street, alright? I'm down here incognito real quick. I mean, I've been down here actually all day long. I just been in the cut. You know what I mean? It's been in the cut. Mr. Brown. How you doing? Yes, sir. Give me a second, y'all. Thank you. You know, always make it a thing to say hello to you. You got me doing this stuff, so from day one. Yes, sir. I'll see you in a minute. Yes, sir. You know it. Y'all know that's Mr. Byron. This man right there. The one that got me started doing this. Like I said, we out here, man. Everybody left. I don't do the superstar thing. I've been a superstar, so I don't need to say everybody leave the courthouse or all that. What's going on, big? Ain't shit. We out here. I've been out here all day. I just like, y'all know how I ain't. Everybody don't want me to talk no more, so I had to cool out on my endeavors. What's going on, though, everybody? Everybody good? So, a lot of people out here turning the tune now. And this bad boy shit, you know what I mean? A lot of people saying Puff might get off now, who knows? A lot of people changing the tune.
They're like,
a lot of people say Puff might get off.
Oh my gosh. Look, now this is a way to take a piece. New York native, Davin Lewis. Shout out to Davin Lewis on YouTube. What's your channel?
At Davin Lewis Pro on YouTube, at Davin Lewis Pro, DAVINLEWISPRO. Y'all come check me out, man. Make sure y'all check him out too. I heard about some bullshit.
I'm
Yeah. That was crazy. I was like, oh, word? I thought you. Oh, son got problems. Yeah, we talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to Twitch. It's very nice meeting you, man.
You too.
And by the way, no homo.
Yeah.
This guy looks better in person. No homo.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Keep doing a good job too. You heard? Best. All right, y'all. That was Denat, man. Shout out to Denat. Shout out to Denat. You know what I mean? Came out here real quick. This is my other man right here. Go ahead. This is my other man right here. I love this kid right here. Kid was doing a good job. So we out here. We just seeing what's going on, whatever. What's up with y'all, man? Everybody cool? All right, so let me go over here in the cut real quick. So everybody changing their tune now. Niggas is like, yo, Puff might get off. Yo, it's crazy, right? Let me go over here. It's crazy. Listen, if you don't know me, this is your first time here. My name is Davin Lewis. I work for Bad Boy Entertainment for over 17 years. I've been here the whole time today, and I was here yesterday too, but in the cut. You know what I mean? Because I needed to find out what was going on. A lot of funny things being said. So, you know what I mean? I just went incognito for a minute. Y'all make sure y'all share this. Let me share this one more time. Appreciate y'all. Somebody write my Cash App in there. Busy. I'm recording music, all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? So I just been a little busy or whatever. I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying? I actually like this kid. Y'all share me, make sure everybody get it out. I'm gonna go back. That shit weird to me, like, you know what I mean? Thank you, Javon. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't like being on everything. So everybody talking about Puff might go. Y'all update me. Y'all think Puff might go? I don't know. I think Puff might go. Who knows? But I remember one thing I said this ain't gonna turn out how everybody think it's gonna turn out. Remember I said that? Remember I said it again. That's why I said I just need to fall back. I ain't need to do too much more. As soon as certain things started coming out, certain people started telling me certain things, I was like, I'm straight then. I don't need to be around. I think, you know what I mean? I keep telling people all the time, y'all listen to people online, they be talking about their inside sources, and ain't none of them got no inside sources. Trust me when I tell you this, none of them do. None of them are talking directly to Mark Agnafilio, none of them are talking directly to Tina Garrigos, none of them are talking directly, none of them are talking to these people directly. So when these niggas tell you, yo, I got direct contact with my source, they lying. Only people that got contact that even reach like that is people like myself. Who else could I say? Dame Dash was in, you know what I'm saying? People like that, like people, we know these people for years. So it's like, when I see some of these bloggers, I ain't knocking all the bloggers out here, some of them cool. Some of them partial, some of them cool as fuck, some of them I fuck with, you know what I mean? But over distance, of course, but there's some of them, oh my God, they be lying, son. Oh my God, niggas be lying. To the point where other other vloggers just call you out for lying. When I said you was lying 3 weeks ago, ain't that funny? People was calling, y'all remember a certain blog I was saying was lying, right? If y'all check around, including that one I shared last night, y'all gonna see homeboy. I don't even know that kid. He from the New York City tri-state. Same thing with him. He was just like, yo, shorty, I don't know what's going on. And they down here and they're giving opportunities to people that are from out of state for a purpose. They don't want there to be no kickback if it's anybody. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all come down here, number one thing not to do is try to get yourself cuddled up with major media. Don't do it. You're playing yourself. Trust me when I tell you. You get down here and you try to talk to them, make some major media do not care about you. You seen that latest video of that one weird chick? Who you talking about? MTA lady? Yeah, I seen that, man. She wildin'. And you know what? To all respects and purposes, though, she from the New York City tri-state. So, you know, I got a preference for people that are from the New York City tri-state. Maybe it's just me, but a lot of these bloggers we got, they from out of state. They from California. They from places that's not familiar, cadestined to how we live and how we think or whatever. Even if whatever tier of life you're in, we got a certain momentum, a certain vibration, a certain way we move here. Now I don't neglect to disrespect anybody out here. That ain't the case. That ain't the case at all. No. That ain't the case at all. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody, but you gotta just go freelance talk about our family like it's nothing either. Yo, right in, Javon, who you talking about? You said a weird chick. Who's a weird chick? I gotta know. Who the weird chick? Hey, y'all want a view? Y'all think I'm just out here talking and shit. I'm over here. I'm just in the cut, like I said, man. I don't be fucking around. You know what I mean? We over here, though. Y'all make sure y'all share my video. Every people out here trying to flat. But I've been around all day. I've been around all day. You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know what's going on. You know what I mean? Seeing what's going on. Give me a second, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't run up on nobody I don't like unless I really don't like you. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like you. You got an issue. If I kind of like you, you know what I'm saying? Something different, man. For real. I appreciate something, though. You feel me? This nigga right here, I like this nigga. I like this nigga. So we be talking about that shit. I like son. I like son. Appreciate you, sir. You're doing a good job. You're partial.
That's very respectful. I am animated, and I'm telling you.
He don't even know who I am. That's a funny shit. I love that shit. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? If he only knew. I always be telling him hi though. He don't even realize. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's up. Anyway, I'm gonna go over here in the cut real quick, talk to y'all. Get y'all familiar with some shit. Y'all need to see the courthouse. If y'all want to see the courthouse, let me know. I'll go to a different view. If y'all want to see me, I'll stay over here. But I'm gonna tell you what I do. First of all, if y'all wondering why I got this on, is I don't want to be in none of them niggas' cameras. I don't want to be on your blog. I don't want to be on, what up? I don't want to be on your blog. I don't want to be on your page. None of that shit. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm worth something. So that's first of all. I don't want to be on nobody's blog. My homeboy right there that I was talking to, he cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people give him a bad rap. I don't see it. So that's why I say you gotta watch who you listening to when it comes to vloggers and what they told me. Y'all give me a second. I'm just trying to set up real quick. This thing collapses into a tripod. Shout out to Ahmad L. He helped me purchase this a while back. That's why my camera footage always been steady and clean. You know what I mean? There we go. Give me a second, y'all. I just gotta open this up. All right. They wait for people to come out the courtroom, I suppose. I don't know. I don't even really care. I don't even really care. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm just setting up real quick. Give me a second. Y'all like that, right? Y'all ain't know my handpiece turned into a straight up tripod. You know what? I ain't know either till last time I was talking to y'all. I really didn't. I really didn't. So what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Davin Lewis on the check-in, man. Bad Boy Entertainment representative, 17 years. Y'all know the brother. She was out of line, yeah. She was yelling out to Puffy's son to urinate on her in front of the twins and everybody. Nah, I ain't see that. Who did that? Somebody said that? Yeah, that's what I meant by the caliber of people that be down here and be like, all right, for example, right, son I was just talking to, right? He from Cali. I done seen people run that boy's name through the mud online. And when I met him, he ain't have no I met him like 2-3 times now. When I met him, he ain't had no shiciness in me to me. Some people, they react when you shicey to them. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't knock nobody for reacting or whatever. But nah, I ain't hearing nothing like that. Was it the same crazy chick that tried to start something with me? Because I saw another little incident the other day with MTA lady. And then I saw this blogger couple online talking about, you know, y'all know who I'm talking about. I call her Granny Panties. Shout out to Granny Panties. Shout out to Granny Panties. Anyway, I call her Granny Panties. I'm just joking though. But yeah, they were trying to, you know, degrade his name too. And I'm just like, I don't understand when we have this like momentum nowadays, you know, where you got these bloggers and they want to go tooth to tooth. Now I'm gonna tell you straight up, I done went it with the best stuff. I done went at it with Storm and Roll. I done went at it with Toxic Diamond. Who else? I done went at it with Jaguar Wright. You know what I'm saying? For about a minute. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Huggy Pampers though. You know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? So I done went at it with the best of them. So as far as it's like this online thing, when niggas going back and forth, I done got into it with people on the street, bro. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? The one chick was in. It was the same chick, right? Yeah, I told y'all she was a problem, but y'all didn't believe me. See what I mean? I saw now, okay, it was a girl from Law and Crime. I saw that, I think her name is Laura. Beautiful girl, nice girl. I think she might even be over there right now filming. And I saw her harassing the girl from Law and Crime. Then when I ran into her, she was harassing Myron from Fresh and Fit. She called me an a-hole out of the blue. And I'm like, yo, this guy's from my state. You know what I mean? Like Myron's from Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? I live in Connecticut, but you know what I mean? I'm like, if you live down this end, it's like we're mixed between both. You know what I mean? New York and Connecticut. But this is my stomping ground. The New York City, Tri-State, Jersey inclusive. You dirty bastards down there. But nevertheless, that same girl, she was harassing Laura. She was harassing Don Rashad, and now here she was harassing. And you did that in front of other little girls. That's the thing that kills me. Like, when she did the same thing to Don Rashad, it was the same thing, right? She turned around and she was, she asked Don Rashad something about Puffy's, you know, I'm trying to keep it PG-13 for the views, you know what I mean? And monetization, but his phallus, that's the word I'm looking for. And she said something to him about that, and I was like, yo, what's wrong with this lady? Like, and the funny thing is, and this is why I stopped coming, because many of y'all know I've been down here since day one. Why wouldn't I be? I worked with the company for 17 years. You know what I mean? So it's like, hold on one second, I'm gonna take this bag off, y'all. This thing is heavy. So for me, myself, you know what I'm saying? I even came down here repping just in case it needed to be done. You know what I mean? You feel me? But when I hear women like that talk like that, and they're around women, other women, and other women don't say nothing about it, I know the second time around it's going to be worse. You know what I mean? And so I saw her when I guess shortly after whatever happened to me and I disappeared. I've been out here for 8 months. I was at Puff's first, like literally his first arraignment, second arraignment, third arraignment. I think the second arraignment I did like 370,000 views before I ended the live. At one point we had like 3,000 people on the live, you feel me? So it was like, I think my inspirations for what I was doing was totally different than some of the people that showed up here. Some of the people that showed up here, yeah, they want to know the truth. Some of the people that showed up here, yeah, they got fair intentions. I won't say good intentions. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tapped Homeboy over there, whatever. You know what I mean? I put him on one day. He didn't even want to fuck with me. I'm like, yo, son, just keep your eyes open today. He didn't even get what I was saying. You know what I mean? Shout out to Yayo. He's still here. Anyway, hey, right, you know, yeah, he's still here. But anyway, long story short, man, you know, there's certain vlogs down here I do take it, I like it too. I like some of the stuff they doing. There's other motherfuckers, any other where else in the city, punch you in your fucking mouth. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't talk that shit over in certain areas I be at. You know what I mean? Whether they're Italian, whether they're Greek, whether they black, whether they're Latino, you just wouldn't do it. And I know you wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? That's the emphasis. I know you wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Thank you very much, Shell Love. What's going on? Yeah, she wild. I couldn't believe she did that in front of the kids. That's what I'm saying. There's kids out here, and you got chicks out here that's rapping. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about a little incident I had yesterday. See, I didn't even know. I slid through here. That's why I spoke to Byron real quick. I respect that man so much. I watched that man's channel 2 years ago. And I was trying to make a transition of what I was doing. Many of y'all know what I was doing originally. Like, I started my whole vlog outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole joint was outside, and I was wilding. Go back and watch some of my new video. I was wilding. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I went through the pandemic with my blog. I went through coming out of the pandemic with my blog. So I had a totally different, and many other bloggers did too. That's why I respect those bloggers from the pandemic period. The vloggers from the pandemic period, they're a little bit different mentality than the ones that's just come over in the past 2 years or so that many of us that's from that pandemic time, y'all recognize, right? So when I see some of these bloggers out here and I see someone with good intention and I see some of them just pawn to get used in a few minutes and just don't realize it, I'm trying to save you from hitting a brick wall. You know what I mean? Now, what you're going to start to see is a lot of these people that want to interact with you because you had a seat up in the courtroom or you was privy to some things from whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your investigative team on your YouTube page or whatever, right? You're going to see them people start to fade out. And you're going to be like, oh, shit, so-and-so ain't messing with me no more. Of course not. Our business is concluded. And then at that point, you're going to understand something. You know what you're going to understand? Oh, there go Boyo right there. Boyo. So what you're going to see is you're going to see real quick and real honestly one thing, right? Yeah. You're going to see one thing quick and one thing honestly. You're going to see a separation of this one-time thought alliance between major media and YouTubers. YouTubers, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say this from our little elite. You ain't got to like me. You ain't got to care for me. I don't give a fuck, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. But respect this point. Listen to what I'm saying and go over with these people that you sit. And let's go for all y'all, whoever. You just had a 10-second interview. I don't give a fuck. Ask if you have privy to the footage. Ask if later on you can license the footage. Or do they have sole proprietorship of your image? And see, then we run into a brick wall because the same shit y'all complain about, you've now become part of, you stupid motherfucker. See how that shit work? So what you got to do is you got to be honest with yourself. You got to pay attention to yourself and say to yourself, am I about to go through the same things that I'm condemning these people for, just like Puff or anybody else in the industry that y'all seem to hate all of a sudden? Y'all done spent 10, 15, 20 years adoring these fucking artists, and now all of a sudden you hate them. Oh, they're part of the Illuminati. You part of the Illuminati too then. You was indoctrinated too, motherfucker. You've been listening to the music for 20 years. We need an expert on all the sort. You know what? I can walk up to anybody randomly out here and I can say, recite some Bad Boy Entertainment lyrics. And I bet you they can do it. I can walk out to anybody out here and I can say, recite me some lyrics from a Bad Boy Entertainment song, and I guarantee you they can do it. Whether they like them or don't like them. Watch what you don't and do get yourself involved in, kids. It could be consummation to your ending. The same way you guys clip up stuff and you put up stuff, and I'm gonna get into the details and all that stuff later. I'm gonna do a separate live for that. But right now what I'm doing is I'm doing my live reaction to how I feel about the situation. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people out here now. I see a lot of people out here now changing their tune. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. I said before, I say again, this ain't gonna end like you think it is. Maybe not, maybe so, who knows? Who am I, right? Who am I? Why don't you tell me my collar was bent over like that? You got me looking like a putt out here. We say, oh my God, you look and sound like DMX. I like your channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Come again. Yo, y'all be tripping. Y'all think I sit on here and just cuss people out. I don't, but if you say some dumb shit, I'm gonna cuss you out and get you off of here. I don't want followers like that. I'm not one of these guys. Listen, the first week I started out, I had over 6,000 followers. So I don't take too privy to that followers shit, because I know some of these followers is fuck nuts. You know what I mean? They don't like you. They're gonna go snitch on you to their favorite blogger. If their favorite blogger get into it, they're gonna pick sides with the favorite blogger over you. So now the whole time they've been sitting down there listening to you, now they telling everybody else your business. Now they be your enemy. They run the full campaign on their channel. The person that you really in it with run the full campaign on their channel. So now you got 2 motherfuckers to deal with. Then you got 4 other motherfuckers that like them and pay attention to their channel if they got one. So now you got a whole fucking battleground. I said for all that, man, I just rather shoot one of y'all niggas. Like for real. Like I ain't all that fucking arguing. I don't come from that. You know what I'm saying? I do not come from that. And if you knew me, you know that. You know what I'm saying? Now, that ain't no tough guy shit or nothing like that, but all this bickering back and forth, one of y'all gonna get hurt. I'm trying to tell you. Niggas be talking real brave. You know, it's all brave, it's all love and war until certain elements start getting involved. Now, I'm not threatening nobody, I really ain't. I swear to God, to you, honest God. But it's all funny till a nigga gets shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. It's all fun and games till a nigga gets shot. You know what I mean? And something else. You know what I'm saying? So be careful when y'all out here arguing with individuals that you don't know online. I just saw a story not too long ago. It was out in Vegas, I believe, and it was a woman and her husband, right? They on the strip, they doing a live, they known for talking shit, blah, blah, this, that, You know what I mean? Nigga swooped through and he did el actor latino, tú sabes, para la gente latino, tú sabes, la mujer perfecto, tú sabes, profesional, tú sabes por qué. Esta cabrón tiene el puesto, tú sabes, ese suave, móvete, pero la mujer en la hambre, tú sabes, la hambre, acércate por el momento, pero la YouTube, no sé nada. Bam, traga, toma, para el puesto. You understand? So it was like, I said that like that because of a reason. I don't want YouTube to flag my shit. They less likely to flag you like that for some reason or another. But if y'all don't get what I'm saying, the dude came up on him. He was a rival YouTuber. They on the Las Vegas Strip. There's mad people out there, cops everywhere. Gave it to her and the husband. She said, oh my God. He popped her 2 times too. So what I'm trying to tell you is, be careful with certain individuals. Certain individuals have backgrounds that you don't have. Now, a lot of these motherfuckers that do YouTube, even 7 years ago, we would have called you a nerd. And you know you was a nerd. You ain't did none of the shit that we done did and nothing like that. Before I came to Bad Boy Entertainment, for y'all to know, where he said, what's good? What's going on, Fred, U.S. Marines? Man, y'all make sure to share me, man. I ain't been live in a couple of days. It was going to take a few minutes to pick up. I had other things to do, man. I had to make a choice between blogging with y'all or record music, you know, so I wanted to record music. I seen your YouTube short. You had to go professional or somewhat or the train. Yeah, man, I had to, man. Motherfuckers be, yo, I try to tell people, like, they be thinking I'm playing. I really swear to God to you, that's my personality. Like, in person, not in person, online, whatever you want to say. That's my personality. It's always been me. Everybody that knows me for real know that's me. So that's why, like, certain people, like when they saw me with an argument with Short, it's like, yo, come on, shit, you can't go down there no more. I'm like, why? What'd I do? I had like 5 phone calls. One in particular person, I ain't gonna say your name, but for my Bad Boy fam, he called up. He was the first, well, he ain't called me up, he hit me in the inbox. We did a little spit out, you know what I'm saying, on the phone. Shout out to T-Money, you know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, man, it was all love, man. I wasn't gonna do nothing to Shorty, but as y'all can see, she had 4 subsequent other incidents down here. I done seen an incident just not even 2 days ago, where Shorty, who was the hero down here, what were y'all calling the MTA lady? She was the hero down here. She down here cussing niggas. Yeah, you ain't FBA, this, that, and the other, and the third. They'll be killing me with that FBA shit. Y'all gonna fuck around and lose. I understand the pride element in it, but like me, yo soy la cubano, la moreno, entonces sabes, yo creo que si no Afro-Latino. I'm not Latino, we Caribbean. I hate when people say that shit. So it's like, for me, when I hear somebody like pontificates bullshit, that's the best way I can put it. The preservation of bullshit online nowadays runs at an all-time high. But I knew something was wrong in the space when I seen Shorty just out here spazzing on niggas back to back. I said, ain't nobody stopped her. That's why she keep doing that. So shout out to MTA lady. I see this loudmouth bitch across the street. These are towels. I'm looking good at that bitch. I can't stand that bitch. So I'm going my mother. So like I was saying about that story, right? Money ran up on him in Vegas. Let me finish the story. So in Vegas, it was these two vloggers, right? It was a male and a female. I'm assuming that they were married. I'm not sure. You're not that pretty, bitch. You see this motherfucker behind? This bitch looked at me like she was 10. No, you're like a 7 with makeup. Anyway, yeah, because you didn't have to do all that. This couple was sitting on the strip. The husband's vlogging. He's sitting there minding his business. To the side, it's a girlfriend. She's sitting there, a wife, whatever she may be. God bless their heart. This is in Vegas. This happened maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. I'm sitting there, I'm watching everything, and I'm watching how it goes down or whatever. Son walks in front of him. El hombre latino, tú sabes, el mexicano. El hombre tiene el chismo, tú sabes, tiene el puerto contigo. So he had the gun with him. And you can't see that he got the gun, but if you see how he got his arm hunching, you privy to shit like that, you already know what time it is, like something about to happen. So Money, instead of paying attention, he keep vlogging. He come up, log him up, long. Hit him like 4 times. Then Shorty said, oh my God, shit. You know, chick is screaming and shit naturally. He hit her, bam, hit her 2 times. There was somebody that was so grotesque, and this is why I talk about the internet. There was somebody that was so grotesque. You know, they actually put up the footage of the couple getting killed. And I was like, you have to be a real sicko. You have to be a real sicko to do some shit like that. But this is the world we live in, you dig? That's why you gotta be careful when you fucking with people, because you don't know who you messing with. You know what I mean? So for a lot of y'all vloggers that's out here trying to act tough, trying to act like you a killer, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that or other, whatever. Take example right here, you know what I mean? I'm gonna repeat this loud so everybody can hear this, and this is one of my major problems. Bad Boy Entertainment was not set up. It was set up before Cassie got there. It was set up before all 3 of these broads got there. Puff was not a drug dealer. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you want to call him a cokehead, he was a drug addict. I mean, hell, he had I didn't even know about it. In 2012, the man had an overdose. Nobody, listen, I had to tell that story because some of the brothers, y'all already know I'm talking about. Team, if y'all in here, shout out to y'all. I'm down here. I told y'all I was going to come down here. I've been down here since early, man. I don't fuck with niggas like that. Like, because y'all know how I get down like that. I'm different. So, you know what I'm saying? To stop me from being in one of these, you know what I mean? Feel me? So, it's like, yo, when you got people that are in the court system, and all of a sudden, you know, we watch Michael Brown, we watch Trayvon Martin, who else? Many or countless other dudes get shot down in the street, preferably like dogs. Is that fair? And many of us watch this, a lot of us, believe it or not, is trauma, and sometimes you can overcome your trauma by accepting it. One of the worst mistakes you can ever make in your life. Don't ever. Let me tell you something. There's a slogan that goes out. What does it say without me saying it? Never again. Have you ever heard this the saying? This saying has been said now for over, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, almost 100 years now. In 10, 15 more years, it'll be almost 100 years. All right? So my point is, they don't make you forget, so why should you forget? And the forgetting part is this. We got women online. I watched a video the other day, right? It was an Indian woman. Have y'all seen this video? It was an Indian woman, and she was sitting in a car. She was having a dispute with this black woman. And she kept on repeatedly calling. She was sitting down in the car, and she kept repeatedly calling this woman a nigger. She said, nigger, 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 nigger. It was like a spasm for her. Nigger, nigger, nigger. Y'all seen that video? I said, bitch, if you watch that video and you think you better than a motherfucker, you better pay attention. Are you out of your fucking mind? And so when I see motherfuckers over here and they like, yeah, take that nigger down. This is black women saying this shit. And I watched this shit from the 8 months I've been coming down. Your word of mother, I love some of y'all women. But some of y'all just purity bitches, like that crazy bitch that popped in my face and didn't know she was about 5 seconds from getting plugged. Like for real. And I would have told the police about it. I was about to poke the shit out that bitch. Only because you were in Myron's face first and she was jumping and none of the girls that were there wanted to stop her. This bitch had 4 goals and nobody said stop her. Puff's mom was out there and nobody asked her about it. Yo, shorty, check that. They kind of checked her when she was talking to John Richard, which bring me back to a circle again. The only reason you checked her then because it was a woman. That's the only reason you checked her. You know how I know that? The same shit happened down here. What's the guy's name? I'm kind of fond of son's strategy. What is son's name? Amon Wiggins, that's his name. Amon Wiggins was down here, right? The nigga literally had headphones on. You know what I'm saying? And it's folded his head. Now, you know, he a little flamboyant, whatever. Nigga just mind his business, show you what I'm told. Yo, I don't like you, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna get on your stream while I say it, da-da-da-da-da. Now, if you would have got poked, bitch, shame on you. EMS, come pick her up. Come get her. Bring 2 gurneys. She gonna need it. Shit's gotta stop popping in niggas' faces. And I'm not trying to threaten you. What I'm trying to tell you is, it makes no clues to have women going around doing shit like that. Want me to give you another one? Niggas was out here with MTA lady. They was beefing with her. There was another shorty that was over here that was in the corner, and I forgot what big dude's name. Son had to be like 340. He had to be a good 340, probably like at least 5'11". Shorty, same thing. I whoop gas. How you doing? I'm like, yo, you know, and the thing is, I don't see no other women, and tú sabes, salud a la mujer latina, but I don't see no other women doing this except for black and Spanish women. I'm like, well, what does it take? To take one of these chicks getting laid down or something? Like, will you get the point then? Like, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean. I don't mean that in my frontal point. I'm just saying that sometimes that's be what it is. Let me give you an example. I got 2 sisters, right? One younger, one older. My older sister, Rebecca, she'll do you dirty. Trust me when I tell you this. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the bus Puff on right here. Y'all see that bus right there? That's the joint Puff on right there. That's the joint Puff on right there. Taking it back to MDC and all that. You gotta be careful when you're jumping up a man's face. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect black and Spanish women. How can I? My mother's a black woman. My father's a Latin man. But still, respectando, entonces sabes la mente aquí. You gotta be careful of the men that you jump in their face, because not all men play that shit. Now, shorty, they jumped in my face. If I wasn't the type of motherfucker, yeah, I dissed the bitch. I talked wild crazy to her, because that's what she was doing to everybody else, right? But at the same time, the conclusion that every woman came out there with, because of my energy, no, I'm giving shorty the same energy she giving me. If you would have walked up to me like a lady, I would have treated you like a lady. A lot of y'all hold y'all disposition where y'all want to be so conflictive and so combative, it's not going to work out for you. Listen, shorty, if you 5'4", I'm 6'3". You know what I'm saying? If I got boots on, I'm 6'4". My arms is long as hell, and I got a PCI, probably like 131 or something like that. I'm going to do something to you. You understand me? You can't whoop me. So my thing is, when you get these chicks that be out here and they be jumping in men's face like shorty today, I don't like that shit. I'm glad you told me about that, Javon. I don't like that shit. There's no excuse you can say that would consummate that chick saying that. And this is like her 5th incident then. Was bitches checking her? Was chicks checking her? I guarantee ain't nobody say nothing to her, right? Oh, it's okay, she's a queen. How you a queen? Nah. This is what I talked about before. And this is why some of the older women, y'all got to get out here in the streets and shopping these chicks up, because they ain't going to listen to the men. And I'm talking specifically to the chicks that you ain't have a male role model in your house that was worth anything. A lot of these women, they had men in the house, yeah, but this was a nigga that was going back and forth to jail at 48. This was a nigga that had prior, so he limited to what type of jobs he could get. This is a nigga that's privy to nothing but the streets, and that's it. They had them type of men around them. And sometimes they better off with having no father around them than having that type of man around them. Nope, you're right. Ain't nobody said anything to her once again. Yeah, like it's just the constant combative shit. Like, I went into that the other night. I'm like, yo, one night I was on the train and this chick, I guess she was a little tipsy. I could tell she was drunk when she got on. I'm glad you brought that up. And I was like, all right, shorty, you know, you can have it or whatever. Shorty started edging more and more towards me because I looked at her chick. I didn't know they was gay. What am I supposed to do? I was supposed to have it. Like, I don't look at people like that. I don't care if you LBGTQ, you a lesbian, I don't care. This is New York. Yo, son, we grow up with everybody here. There's no room for that. I don't care if you Jewish, I don't care if you Muslim, I don't care if you Catholic, I don't care about none of that shit. You cool, you cool. That's your separate thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't partaking in it, but that's your thing, whatever. That's what this city is known for. Here and California is known for that. Come here and be whoever the fuck you want to be. I ain't got no problem with that. So shorty gets on the train. I done told this story a million times. She started getting like fucking violent. The bitch followed me, son. I'm like, yo, you must not know where the fuck you at, huh? Yo, she walked up on me again. I said, yo, shorty, get out of my face or whatever. She wouldn't get out of my face. I said, zoom. I zapped the fuck out there. Yo, she did the Dougie Fresh, son. Yo, word of, you know how Dougie Fresh used to do that shit? He was like, yeah, I hit her ass because I didn't know what you was going to do next. A girl like that in New York, if she that close up on you, she might have the blade on her. She might have the poker on her. You don't know what she may have. You think one of these bitches in New York, get some chick from East New York. They'd be like, I'm sorry, I apologize, miss. That bitch will come at you even harder. Don't tell me about my city, man. I know this city. Like the back of my fucking hand. I can't stand that shit. So it ain't about, you know what I mean? And this even go contesting with Puff shit. There's no way in fuck, and I'm gonna say this for the last time, that I'm gonna sit up here and defend Puff, Pete, and Cassie. I ain't said that a million times. I ain't gonna say it a million more times. If you ain't here the last time or this time, fuck you and everybody live in your house. I don't do all that repeating shit. The only reason I'm doing that because I just want that staple of the conversation. Now all the other shit, how do I feel? It's hard for a lot of people to try to articulate a New York jury, especially if you don't know New Yorkers. All these jurors are from New York. You understand what I'm saying? So the upper edge that a lot of us have here, and I think why a lot of the major media don't want to interview or have on primetime New Yorkers is because of pure simple fact, you know, we're going to give a gestation of what the average New Yorker might be thinking in that courtroom while they're in that courtroom. And that's privy to being guilty or being innocent. It's just justification of saying, hey, we know how people here think. And I don't think they're leaning towards that way. Now, a lot of people take that out of the equation when they talk about it, but that's just plain sociology. If I lived in California or I lived in Utah, I don't know how the fuck the average Utahn thinks. I don't know how the average person in Ohio thinks. You know why? Because I ain't lived in Ohio long enough, a substantial point that I could gather that socially and be like, okay, now I can make my decision on what's primal points of Ohio citizens and what they think, what's their background, this, that, and other. Other than that, you just guessing. Guessing. That's all, bitch, you guessing. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you guessing. What day Juve happened? Go ahead. You ain't from New York. What day Juve happened? Huh? Come on, tell me. Well, all right, I give you another one. What time Old Timers Day start in Harlem? Go ahead, tell me. Sure what I mean? Niggas get dizzy. So you don't know people here. I just proved my fucking point. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know a lot of you motherfuckers that came down here from whatever city you from, and you believe that people you done met up in the courtroom is your friends now. You believe these people you done met at these news outlets is your friends. How you doing, brother? These people at the news outlet, he was laughing what I was saying. These people at the news outlets is your friends. Please keep this in mind. These motherfuckers ain't your friends. And I hope every last one of y'all motherfuckers over there, Fox, CNN, all y'all, because I'm going to bring you up on something else that happened yesterday. And this go for the motherfucker over there, whatever news channel it was with the tattoos on his legs. That motherfucker. So if he belong to your crew, I'm talking about him. I'm standing over here if you want to talk about it. So listen, let me tell you about this cocksucker yesterday. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, don't trust these motherfuckers. I'm gonna teach you something real quick. Yesterday, I'm moving and skating, and I slid through whatever. Byron saw me real quick. Shout out to Byron. He's definitely an inspiration. He got me started doing this shit. So I'm in the fold, whatever. This happened to be 2 news agencies were parked to the side, right? So it's this one motherfucker that jumped out the car, and he seen me, and I'm standing out smoking a cigarette real quick, talking to somebody. And boom, he look at me and say some slick shit, talking about, yeah, good thing I got this job as a cameraman. Motherfucker, you make under $80,000 a year. I guarantee you, you either live with a motherfucker, your wife pay half of the mortgage, or you were deeply in debt. Don't talk to me about no motherfucking money, dog. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this shit. So I let him kind of I'm listening to what the fuck you're saying, and subliminally as you think you're ejecting it, it's not executed that way to me. You didn't make the crash point. This is somebody that's working with a major media crew here. All right? Now I keep telling y'all motherfuckers, and I'm gonna tell you again, especially y'all that's not privy to the attitudes and mentality of people here in New York. Most of these people that are in major media in New York have been constituted in many of the fuck shit you see in the black community and the Latin community that happen here in New York City. And everybody here in New York know that shit. That's why they don't opt to get anybody from New York down here to get on these fucking cameras of these major media outlets and tell me I'm fucking lying. Because they know they're gonna have an objectionable opinion versus somebody that ain't from here. They always do that shit. They always do that shit. And then as soon as you get rid of them, they're done. And you don't even you don't even share the licensing agreement with them so they can take the footage, put it on their page or whatever the fuck else they want to do with it. Hey, Ma, look, I was on Ed such and such show. So after this motherfucker says the sarcastic shit, I say what I say back to him. This is the same guy with the fucking tattoos on his legs that works at whatever film company over here with whatever media group. I said, the audacity of this motherfucker. Nigga, he must have thought I lived in the high rises or something. Motherfucker, I live in Greenwich, Connecticut. Suck 2 dicks from the back of your bitch. Now back to what I was saying. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Every now and then I go on a little tangent, you know what I mean? A little tangent. It's good to have a tangent. Express yourself. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the worst thing you could do in a society is tell people to be privy and knowledgeable every time they get angry. All right? Let me tell you something about anger. Anger is many different emotions that you can evoke, and God given. Most important. Don't let anybody shell your anger, because what happens is if you get a man that's man, a woman too, but if you get someone, and I see this a lot of times, especially when you get older couples, right? If they've been shelling their anger for years, like say for example, he brushes his teeth the same time you ready to take a shower, right? And it just nerves you. And then after year after year after year after year, you're like, do you always have to fucking brush your teeth every time I take a shower? You just explode. See, that's what happens when you don't exert even micro bursts of anger as a man. You understand what I'm saying? The first murder in history that happened was Cain killing Abel over jealousy. That's why men know that if we got an issue, we talk about it right there, or don't let it fluster too much. Because if we don't, what can happen is men kill each other. You see what I'm saying? I say this all the time. Men kill each other. So we know where to take certain things at what point. So he's saying, yes, sir, I know. You know what I mean? So that's why when you get a lot of, and I hate to say this like this, women, you always get some men, and this is why men, I keep trying to tell y'all, some of y'all need to take off them capes. Some of y'all need to watch who y'all protecting. Some of these women don't, and I know I keep circling around to that, but I gotta include both of them. Because y'all circling around these major media outlets, and these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. We've been dealing with these media companies. I worked in the music industry 17 years. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, somebody said it was on NBC, right? I was like, shorty, we was on NBC like 19 years ago. I was on MTV for 2 seasons. Y'all forgot? I showed y'all pictures and video for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to do a lot of shit in 17 years. I still got some of the same friends in the music industry that love me to death, will speak highly of me all the time. So it's crazy, including one influential person that will blow y'all fucking mind that I was with yesterday. So, and that's a fact. So I'll say this, man. When I look at the narration that's went into this, when it comes to, and what I'm talking about, if you're not privy to what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the segue that has been utilized here with, I say toxic femininity, some male toxic feminists, and there's some very true original people. Like homeboy I talked to yesterday, he don't know I watch him all the time. I'm like, yo, that's why I tapped him on the shoulder. I think he saw me yesterday. I think he thought I was gonna do something to him. I'm like, nah, we like you. We like you. I like that kid. Now, does he sit on his channel every 5 minutes and sit there and say, hey, Puff is innocent, Puff is innocent? Nah, he doesn't do that. I don't expect him to do that. That's the point of being objectionable. You understand what I'm saying? You're able to deliver that. But some people try to be objectionable and try to get into the way of, I'm gonna lean to this end right here because this is what I believe. And every time that I get on my channel, I'm gonna push the point of this nigga is guilty, or this is what I think. I'm not a lawyer. I have no history in none of this shit. This is my first court case that I've ever covered. I don't have any verbiage as far as law statutes go. I don't have any verbiage. I guarantee you I got more than you. Okay. So I don't have any of those things held. The only thing I got held to me is I was in the music industry. That's the only thing I got held to me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I'm not a magistrate. I'm not a fucking trial judge. I'm not on the jury. So why the fuck is everybody else thinking they are? That's not a fair question. Why the fuck does everybody? I've heard so many motherfuckers out, and there's one particular motherfucker I want to call out real time because I called him out before, and I want to call out this motherfucker again. I want to spend a special fuck you and fuck everybody living in your house. So that, what's that cocksucker's name? Secret Service Sam. I don't like that son of a bitch. No, I don't like him. Let me tell you about that sneaky fucker. Let me tell you about that sneaky fucker. And if I ever see you, I'm gonna tell you to your face. Listen, this fucker, he put Gene Dill and Donat in a situation on his channel. And I'm gonna tell you how he did it. The motherfucker went on his channel, fuck Secret Service Sam. The motherfucker went on his channel and he said that these two, I guess that Gene assaulted him or something like that. These niggas had some words with each other, whatever shit. Everybody saw it on camera. It's nothing. You know what I mean? But the fact that this white man went on his channel, and I'm not trying to, I live around whites. I got white subscribers. I grew up with Italians and Greeks, trust me. But this type of white man, this is an unaccomplished white man. And I know the difference. I know when I see an unaccomplished white man out here with us. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is his big break. This is his big story. You understand what I'm saying? If you were better in the game, you wouldn't be out here. This guy's a TikToker, and he's like 60. And you out here narrating, talking about people out here fighting or whatever. Let me tell you what could have came of that. Motherfuckers could have took that Gene Dill. Listen, I know y'all gonna be like, yo, why you taking up? Because Gene from the fucking town, that's why. So listen, and I don't like sucker shit. This motherfucker, this dude on his channel, he put up this narrative. Stop staring at me and stop staring at my camera right now. Gene Dill got put in a situation. What you looking back for? Gene Dill got put in a situation. Y'all excuse me, I don't like that. Motherfucker, I'm not talking to you. Walk with your family. I'm not even bothering you. Gene Dill turned around and could have been put in a situation where people could have put him in handcuffs. That's the point. So instead of him coming up here and viewing the trial for whatever, Gene Dill was around before I was even that bad boy, son. I don't know what the fuck he I don't know. And I've always kept that capital attention. Not because I'm scared of Gene Dill or nothing like that. They're like, the fuck? I ain't scared of nobody. My point is, the truth is the truth. Son, you set up some shit, and then I see niggas over there having them on his channel. That's the only issue I would ever have with a certain vlog, and I ain't even gonna say his name, because that's me and him. We run into each other, son. But I was like, yo, you got that sucker-ass nigga up there? That nigga's a sucker. Like, for real. I ain't telling nobody to do something to him or nothing like that. I'm just saying, fuck him and everybody in his family. That's all I'm saying. I ain't telling nobody to put hands on him. Don't nobody touch him. Don't touch him. You know what I'm saying? But that's a sucker-ass nigga. And then he run over to, and that's why I said it's like a play-by-play. It's like the white vloggers and the white And I'm not saying all white people. I'm not saying that, but I know the difference. I live in fucking Connecticut, dog. I know the difference between trash, motherfuckers that's unaccomplished, and people that's tiered and got it. And they ain't the same. See, that's what y'all do. Y'all group all white folks in. Sometimes y'all be grouping people in that live in a trailer park. Be like, you know, white folks got money. He lives in a trailer. You got more than him. You come to that realization, a lot of these motherfuckers out here to be, let me tell you, the people that be fronting the most, I've seen this a million times. I spent 17 years promoting artists, including Cassie, all right? And her second failed project that they said was mixtape of the year. I know Puff paid for that shit. If anything I'm gonna say about Paola, Puff, you definitely paid for that shit, because Los's motherfucking mixtape, listen, King Los and her had a mixtape at the same time. The shit was released on thatpip.com factory. I swear to God to you. The shit didn't do numbers like that. Like, niggas was not fucking with it. Most people were saying this shit is trash. And the whole joint was like features. I got 2 features on my new project, and it's a fucking hook. This will give you a scope. You understand what I'm saying? 2 features. Whole project was features, and the shit still wasn't successful. I told y'all niggas this a year ago. Y'all was like, nah, you don't know what you talking about, Cassie. I say, all right then, where your Cassie music on your device right now? Pull up some Cassie music on your device right now. Let me know. Let me know what your favorite Cassie song is. Niggas still can't tell you their favorite Cassie song. Niggas still can't tell you their favorite Cassie song outside Must Be Love and the other, what's the other shit? It could have been Love, Must Be Love, or whatever, whatever. That was Day 26's song. I done put y'all on. Give me a second, y'all. I'm just gonna plug in my device real quick so we don't go dead. We gotta continue to talk about this real quick. Give me a second, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. If y'all will. What's going on, PA? What's poppin'? Damn, they listening to you. That's all. That's what's up. JE, what's poppin'? Wow, attitude. Always got an attitude, man. What you want me to do? You want me to be sensitive? You want to be one of them mushy motherfuckers? That ain't me. If you looking for mushy, soft shit, this ain't the channel for you. We don't do mushy, soft shit and fake attitudes and fake personalities. That ain't us up here. I don't do that phony shit with you. I appreciate y'all hitting that like button. Appreciate that. What's going on, Demetrius? Welcome to the channel, man. I appreciate it. I just had to plug up real quick, y'all, so I can stay in focus. Yo, I had this joint for the longest time, B. I ain't even know this shit had a tripod on the factory. So now I know it's got a tripod on it. Back to what I was saying, though. The project was trash. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Shit was trash. You know what I mean? So, and I know the selection because, listen, enter my name right now, DAVINLEWIS, and behind it, put Daddy's House Recording Studios. It's gonna be a litany of different videos that come up. I was recording with all the same engineers, all the same producers. Shout out to Flo, shout out to Steve, shout out to Jaquan, shout out to a whole bunch of people. Shaquan, excuse me. If y'all don't know him, he was most famous for the Bobby Smurder remix with French Montana. You know what I'm saying? He put that down. Also responsible for Cardi B's first project. Also responsible for Troy Ave's first project and many of others or whatever. It was one of the great producers I worked with. Also, as far as Bad Boy Entertainment artists, he didn't work with the likes of Cassie. He didn't work with the likes of a couple other people too, up in the same room. So just put my name in, put Daddy's House Record Studio behind it. You're going to see it come up. DAVINLEWIS. Just put that in, B. You're going to see what I'm talking about. We tell no lies. I don't get off on telling lies because I don't come from niggas that tell lies. I come from niggas that tell you the truth. Like, yo, son, this gonna happen. You feel me? Like, this gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I come from. So we ain't got no time to be telling lies. You make great points and you go hard. That's always been me, Viola. Yo, peace to Viola. Man, listen, man. Yeah, I said that name right there, man. The only thing that came to mind was Viola Wallace. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, real talk, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, man, look at this right here. I want to show y'all something. I had to put on my jersey today in case niggas wanted to talk greasy. You see that right there, right? You see that right there. These are real joints. You know what I mean? All the joints I wear, like my jacket the other day, niggas just like, yo, I was like, it's like 9 of us with them jackets, nigga. What is you talking about? I came down here just in case a nigga wanted to stun or something. Y'all know I get down. It's Friday night, some of them niggas is out. You know what I mean? This game had to switch up. You know what I mean? Game had to switch up. What y'all talking about here? You know, I make a lot of points, man, but my main point is this. A lot of these people that was down here, they keep screaming out Cassie's name. They don't even scream out the other girls as much as they scream out Cassie. So I was like, are you down here because you thought you got a free concert? And I think that's what it equates to, because if you notice, the density of people that was out here switched up. After Kid Cudi left, I said, oh, it's gonna go sour now. They ain't gonna be here. They wanted a free concert. Most of these motherfuckers ain't never been around superstars in their whole entire life. That's why it's funny to me when they sit there. And I've been around them since I was 21 years old, son. I'm in my 40s now. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's like when I hear niggas like say certain shit, dog, I'm just like, all right, yeah. Cassie, his name keeps putting up in fruition, I think because of a couple of reasons. I definitely think the colorism has something to do with it. I mentioned this before and I'll say it again. Very few times, if you look at major news outlets right now, I bet you many black women will agree with me on this point, right? If you look at many major news outlets, right, they always have I guess you could say, a palette of women that they prefer on there. Let me put it that way. Nowadays, it seems to be women that are light skinned. I remember one time, I think it was like 2013, 2014, Puff came under some scrutiny because it was a whole group of girls was like, yo, why he don't put no dark-skinned girls in the video? You understand what I'm saying? It might be a little earlier than that, but I remember this. It was like, why Puff don't put no dark-skinned girls in the video? This was very vivid conversation, you dig? And it took forth on, what was it, World Star? I think Q was still alive. God bless Q, man. Shout out to Queens. Shout out Corona, you dig? And so I knew that was the argument. And then shortly after that, Puff, played at Jason. Of course, he had daughters. Of course, he was with Kim Porter, whatever. But I got to blame him for that because of pure simple fact it put in their mind. Now, this colorism thing go way back. But in media, especially, there was a template for girls to look a certain way. And a lot of what a lot of you girls don't understand is this template that was put up, right, as far as videos are concerned and everything like that, was actually put up by peoples that was the powers that be. So they basically said, okay, this person is too dark to put here, but we can put them there. So you could be a dark-skinned on-site reporter, but you can't be no dark-skinned head reporter. Now, I challenge you, go right now on your YouTube, pull up just put up black newscaster, right? Hold on one second. Go on your YouTube right now, right? Pull up black female newscasters and tell me what most of them look like. That's the challenge. Go right now to your YouTube, put in black female newscasters. You can put it on Google too and just hit images. Tell me what comes up. And tell me if the plethora of women that are on there are dark skin or light skin. You're going to find out something very quickly. You're going to be awakened. You're going to be awakened very quickly. And so what I'm saying is, I'm trying to tell you facts of us dealing with these media outlets for fucking almost 2 decades, dog. They don't mean you know fucking well. Them niggas spend every day using somebody. How you think you got that woman? Remember that one woman that was on the news? Oh, Lord Jesus Christ, it's a fire. Now, if she had been light-skinned, they would have never clipped that shit up. So when you tell me, maybe not necessarily racism, yeah, I get that. But colorism, no, that's a whole different aspect of a conversation. It happens. I totally agree. Colorism is alive and well. I mean, listen, I'm not even a female, right? But I can imagine, just from my sisters talk and everything like that, how females have been exposed to that their whole life. There's actual books and advocates for dark-skinned little girls or whatever. The reason I'm gonna speak on this even more because I had a baby one time by a Haitian woman. God bless my daughter. My daughter passed away, but I had a daughter by a Haitian woman who literally looked like a dark-skinned black angel. People used to say that to her. I ain't making it up. People used to say that to her. She looked like a little black porcelain doll. She was beautiful. And the daughter she gave me was beautiful. But my daughter would have been dark-skinned. Ain't nobody got time for that. Demetrius Haywood, I totally agree. Yeah, but it's a fact, man. It's a fact. I mean, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, and many of y'all know this aspect of this reality. Y'all just act like y'all want to pretend. That's another thing that happened too. A lot of people want to pretend about conversations. Nah, I ain't with pretending. Pretending to get you hurt. Don't pretend. Nah. I don't do that pretending shit. Listen, that's what I mean. And I don't do the key shit either. That's another thing you're going to find very quickly. I'm not a he motherfucker. All right? You want a he, this ain't the channel for you. Because most of the time when I see people key, and he all the time about shit that ain't particularly funny, it's usually related to a bitch-ass motherfucker or a troublemaker female. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like niggas that sit around. You got to be careful when you sit around niggas that want to key and he all day. Listen to what I'm saying. Be careful of niggas that want to key and he with other niggas. Ain't nobody got time to be key and he with niggas, man. Anyway, let me continue on the conversation, man, because I don't like that key shit. Listen, I'm not only trying to bring up facts, I'm just trying to bring up some suggestions to y'all, whatever. Now, y'all want to ask me why I think Puff might get off of this? I ain't gonna tell you. Nah, I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna give you nothing to run on. That's why I've been quiet lately. I ain't gonna give you nothing to run on. But y'all niggas got the answers, right? I mean, y'all, you know, my sources, exclusives to tell. I'm like, these motherfuckers lying their ass off. Lying their ass off. Listen, if many things I do know, if I don't know, I do know this. Tina Garagos, beautiful Greek woman. I heard a woman the other day, oh yeah, let me talk about that chick real quick. So there's this chick out here, right? Hey, yo, Tisa tells you listening, you around here, listen to me, because there's a bitch out here that want to be you, but she can't be you, so she try to use you and share you. You's a slick bitch. I don't like this chick. Let me tell you about this Muppet look. This bitch look like, yo, you ever seen a Muppet Band? Who in the chat ever seen a Muppet Band? Y'all know what I'm talking about, the Muppet Band? Y'all know what I'm talking about? All right, so it's a Muppet Band, right? And they used to have this girl that used to play the guitar. Y'all remember her? The Muppet Band chick? Y'all remember her? Yo, word my mother, this bitch look just like that chick from the Muppet Band. I swear to God. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. Your first time listening to me, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm a funny, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm a funny motherfucker, man. I'm a funny motherfucker. I'll give you this smidgen of this. I watched a couple girls come up in here, right? And for a person to say, yo, I got $30 million, but my motivations ain't financial, that's weird to me. You understand what I'm saying? So if that answers your question, you know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of girls that been getting money out of this. There's a whole bunch of girls that was definitely ready to bust down, as we say. I'm gonna get back to what I was saying in a minute, but I just want to get this part across. It was a lot of girls that was willing to bust down, that's obvious. You understand? But listen, and so I hope I answered that question. They was willing to bust down. You know what's funny? Other women know what I'm talking about because they didn't watch their girlfriends bust down. You don't know what I'm talking about? Like, listen, your whole girl tap you on the shoulder, y'all at the bar. She'd be like, yo, I'll be back. You'd be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? And then you with the other two girlfriends look back and be like, oh, you know what that bitch do? That chick. That chick. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That chick. Y'all don't know that chick? My sisters know some of them chicks. My female cousins know some of them chicks. But y'all don't know none of them chicks. You know what? I don't know a nigga to take his trash out. How about that? That's about as believable as that. I don't know a motherfucker to wash his clothes. That's about as believable as that, right? This shit funny, boy. They might end up having to have this case over again. You never know. I'll be right back. I'm going to Google the Muppet Band real quick. That's hilarious. This chick, I'm gonna call her the false witness. This little cut. Let me give y'all the playback on this, bro. I should have put her. Yo, word of my mother. I should have put her on the what's the name or whatever. But just go look up the chick for the Muppet Band. You know what I'm talking about. Shorty. All right. I started watching Shorty at first, right, and she was cool at first. She was being partial, she was being objective, and then all of a sudden she started watching Tisa Tells, right? And I'm like, yo, all the bitches can't do what Tisa do. Like, I'm gonna give the bitch a credit. She can, you know what I'm saying? You a good manipulator. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? You a good manipulator. There's a lot of manipulators out here. She's one of the best. Now, she's manipulating for her own benefit. That's cool. But anyway, long story short, this white chick want to be her doppelganger, want to be just like her. And I said, bitch, you ain't see this one a mile away. The first time that chick would have shared my shit, I would have been like, nah, bitch, that's all right. Y'all scared. I would have been like, nah, that's okay. You don't have to share my link. I would have said that. Sometimes it's not good to take money from everybody. Sometimes it's not good to take shares from everybody. Because sometimes when you share somebody, you acknowledge it, they think you owe them something. The false witness, this Muppet man looking bitch. Yo, go look up Janice from the Muppet Band. She looks just like her, I swear to God. So this chick, she sits on her page because I guess she's trying to draw inspiration from Tisha Tells. So she sits on her page, and the only thing she really does is just read treats. Now she's in a little financial bind, don't you know? Because evidently she got a lawsuit placed against her some time ago or whatever, and she's trying to collect over $50,000. That's what she said, don't you know? Oh, bitch, yeah, I seen you. This is a good story to get that motherfucking buddy up, wasn't it? This is a good story to get that money up, wasn't it? The false witness. That's what we call her, the false witness. Because she's like, this bitch looked like a fucking Muppet baby. I swear to God, she looked like Janice from the Muppets. I'm not lying. So I'm looking at this Muppet baby looking bitch, and she's sitting there, she's saying what she's saying or whatever, and I'm amazed and amused at the same time, because she now tries to paint the same narrative that Tisha Tells does. Oh, I'm guilty, da 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 da. But it was some other shit she said yesterday that fucked me up. Now I'm gonna explain to y'all with due diligence here. Y'all ready? First things first. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge ugly white women. Let's talk about ugly white women. All right? Now, I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers think the white women are so pretty, especially when some of y'all ain't never been around a white woman before. You can fall in love with these ugly bitches, some of them. You can fall in love with some of them ugly bitches. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging an ugly white bitch. Just like there's nothing wrong with acknowledging any other ugly bitch. But an ugly white bitch is some of the most meanest, narrow-minded, evil bitches you can find on this face of this earth. And don't get a vindictive, ugly white bitch. That's even worse. White men will attest to this, I'm sure. If you've been in the courtroom, you've been in the middle of divorce, the bitch want to take the house. She's thinking about taking the dog too. Not the dog, bitch. Not the dog. You're taking the dog too, bitch. Happens. But let me tell you what I mean by that. There's a certain configuration that an unattractive woman can have and navigate through life. Let me tell you what I mean by that. As much as y'all don't want to admit it, it's gonna be some bitches out here that don't get chose. Oh, god damn you say that. It's gonna be some bitches out here that don't get chose. Now I know that's a hard motherfucking pill to swallow, but it's the truth. There's some bitches out here that ain't gonna get chose. So with that being said, it's funny as fuck to me that the chicks that know they ain't gonna get chose for whatever reason, maybe you a nasty person deep down inside, maybe you the type of chick that took your ex-husband for thousands of dollars in alimony. I don't know, I really don't even care. But what I do know is this much. A lot of times when you get these women that are unattractive online, it's very different from women that are attractive online. Women that are attractive online and they're nasty and belligerent and mean, they're usually nasty and belligerent and mean because that's just who the fuck they are. You understand what I'm saying? That's just who that person is as a person. They've always been nasty, cantankerous. They've always been a sneak. They've always been cutthroat. They've always been nasty. They've always been mean. They've always been, that's just their personality. They associate that personality with what? With their benign factor of this. This is who they are within their, how can I say it, example of beauty. There's different examples of beauty. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give you a perfect example. And I always bring up as a perfect example because outside of us breaking up, I have no problem with her. We have one problem in my whole relationship. I was with my ex for 7 years. My ex is not only born raised Muslim, but she's you know, of the African flavor. So you know what I mean? But one thing I admired about my ex was she always kept positive fortitude. That's for one. She was always nice to people, which is the biggest thing for me. And anytime you want to, let me tell y'all young boys something. Anytime you go on a date a chick and she ain't nice to other people, trust me, she ain't gonna be nice to you in the end. In the end of it, you're gonna be like, oh, what happened, Joe? I don't know, man. The bitch left me all these bills. I'm fucked up now. You know what I mean? So make sure if you pick a chick, don't pick a chick because of her beauty. Pick a chick. I picked my chick because she was nice. The chick I had before her, I picked because she was nice. Crazy ass Italian chick, but she was nice. You know what I'm saying? But crazier than fucking squirrel shit, but nice. You know what I mean? To me. But you get some women that are cantankerous like that. You got to learn how to deal with it. You know what I mean? Now, some people's answer would be, hey, well, I'll do this, I'll do that. Some other people's answer would be, well, you know what, I'll ignore it. It's up to you. That's what I say, especially nowadays. A lot of these women are violent. I saw a chick in a video just a minute ago. I think I shared it on my other joint, where the chick got hit in the head with a stick, but previously in the video, she was swinging a stick at a dude. He went and got a bigger stick and knocked her on the head and knocked her out. This was a white dude that did this. When you get ugly white women and you put them in the navigation seat, oh, that's the worst thing you could do. You might as well put Medusa in that motherfucker, because every time she look at something, it's going to turn to stone. Hell have no fury like an ugly white woman. So this ugly white woman gets on her channel every day and delivers this diatribe of shit she don't know by sitting comfortably in Louisiana. Day after day, I'll give you an example. The other day she was on, and this is why I really raised the eyebrow at her. She said, yeah, back when I was in, this is how she talks. Yeah, back when I was in high school, I had one of my girlfriends, this girl, she's from Louisiana. I had one of my girlfriends, and she put blue magic hair gel in my hair and put braids in my hair. This is how she's talking on her live, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, what you're saying doesn't even fucking make sense. Like, it doesn't even make sense. And I think most of the crowd that was listening to her, they came to the same conclusion. What you're saying wasn't making sense. So I'll keep going. After that, I started listening to the beginning of her live, and at the beginning of her live, what fucked me up was, is this chick rapping? She was rapping to country music. Yo, when I tell you, yo, first of all, man, somebody from the music industry, that shit is trash. Boo gaga. Yo, listen, pick that shit up, put a fucking hefty bag around it and throw it in the back, tell them pick it up on Wednesday. Put that shit under your pillow and hope the tooth fairy comes through and picks it up as rubbish. That shit is trash. Most horrible shit I ever heard in my life. And I heard some horrible fucking demos. That shit was horrible. So I'm listening to this otherwise chick that admits herself she from the trailer park. She admits it herself. She said, I'm from the trailers down here in Louisiana. Goofy ass bitch. I'm sorry. I mean, yo, I'm trying to tell you. Interracial content, but you just made me stupid. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. Y'all make sure to hit the CASHAPP too, man. Support the channel, man. We be moving and shaking. I got like 2 more joints to do for y'all. I'm giving y'all this preliminary joint real quick. I'm gonna tell you how I really feel later. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all the particulars, but my style is I like to just do one off the cuff, just to have a conversation with y'all. You know what I mean? Because my perspective of this whole trial with Diddy is totally different than a lot of people down here. And I had the customization of that. I'm like, yo, a lot of these people, this is their big opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is I already, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? I had to take that in perspective. And then I also got to take in perspective, some of these niggas down here is fucking suckers. Is that fair? But some of y'all down here doing a good goddamn job, and however y'all feel, y'all feel. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to change people's, I appreciate that. I ain't here to change people's opinion necessarily. I'm just here to have a conversation about what's going on. Who the fuck are you staring at? Walk your motherfucking immigrant ass down the block. Thank you. My thing is this. If you're gonna have people sitting around, you're gonna have people making up narratives and shit like that. Y'all excuse me. I don't like niggas be like staring. Fuck you staring at, nigga. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. You can't be staring at people, son. You an immigrant. Like, you should be humble. You know what I mean? Be humble. My point is, through all the different narratives, including this broad, what's her name? The false witness. It seems like it's a little team of these chicks online. Whole team of them. That was my point. She wanted to command the generals, definitely. I tell you chicks like this, you bitches better watch your walk. That's all I say. Even if the nigga do go to jail. And that's my only comment on that. And ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Let me reiterate that. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. violently. All right, get that out the way. You look, God, he says he's gonna beat people up for that. But you sitting steadily on your park, and yo, fuck them bad boy niggas, fuck. Yo, niggas has been real energetic, like for real. And like the team, like, oh my God, niggas do not know. Like it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy the way we gotta act right now. Certain niggas ain't, I'm talking to niggas too from Bad Boy. Certain niggas ain't talking right now. Certain niggas ain't picking up the phone for certain niggas, but will pick up the phone for maybe me, but won't pick up the phone for this person. I gotta cut that shit out, man. And I'm disappointed in a lot of Bad Boy niggas. I gotta say this shit real quick. I'm disappointed in a lot of Bad Boy niggas that should have been down here at this Courthouse and wasn't down here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I gotta put that out there. I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. I'm disappointed in a lot of the niggas from Bad Boy that spent years with Bad Boy that wasn't down here in this Courthouse, wasn't down here sitting with Puff or whatever. I know a lot of y'all niggas gonna get mad at me. I'm not gonna scream your names out because, you know, that might, you know, lead to some other shit. You know what I mean? But I'm just very disappointed that a lot of niggas from Bad Boy wasn't down here. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? I never saying this past Sunday, I think it was, I said, yo, man, I might bring the whole Harlem down to the Courthouse. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But shout out to Yayo for showing up. Shout out to Depp for showing up. Appreciate that, Depp. Just talked to Depp just a minute ago. Shout out to Depp. Know what I mean? Shout out to 2 other artists that wanted to make it, but their situation was conflicted. They couldn't be in New York, so I understand that too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Reach out to the family, something like that. You know what I mean? Reach out to the kids. You feel me? Don't cuss people out that's staring at you. Your content is interesting. Nah, I cuss everybody out. That's kind of like what I do. Nah, I ain't trying to be tough, man. This nigga ain't gonna put no fucking fear in my heart. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. But yeah, I appreciate you though. I understand. What you say here? Candy, I know, right? What he say? Viola and scream. You stupid. Nah, there's some people be acting a little dumb sometimes. Appreciate that Cash App, man. I appreciate that Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Somebody bless a little bit, you know what I mean? A little $40 over there. I appreciate that. Guys, make sure y'all hit up that Cash App bless. I don't be on that Cash App shit like that, but I be moving and skating. Like I don't live in New York, so I don't live far away, you know what I mean? But it costs me to get here, it costs me to get back. I gotta eat, things like that. So my traveling costs. That's all. Nigga ain't trying to buy a car or nothing. You know what I mean? So some of these people's buying cars and houses off this Diddy information, you know what I mean? Like shorty that owe $50,000 out there trying to do lives to gather up that $50,000, crying on camera and shit. Oh man, that's the one right there for ugly white. You get an ugly white woman to cry online, she get more attention than a pretty white woman. Ain't that fucked up? This is an ugly. I'm sorry, that's an ugly woman. I said, if you look like that with makeup, I can imagine what you look like without makeup. So that's what I'm gonna say about that ugly woman, the false witness, whatever her name is. That lame ass motherfucker. That chick lame as fuck, my nigga. Word up. That chick lame. For real. Don't cuss people out there staring. Your content is interesting. I want to hear some of y'all opinion too, man. So y'all throw in what y'all thoughts is or whatever, what I'm saying or whatever. But as far as sharing this, just give me a second. As far as a lot of people at Bad Boy, man, I just feel like a lot of niggas should have been out here that didn't show up, and that shit hurt my heart, man. You know what I mean? That shit hurt my heart. And I ain't even talking about my comrades I directly work with. I'm talking about the older heads. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas is up near Gene's age and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about them niggas. Like, y'all niggas is the ones, like, y'all got to see it from my perspective, from my perception. This is the thing. When we was coming up, y'all were the niggas we watched behind. We watched how y'all was doing things and shit when we was in the office. We was on them trips and shit like that. Y'all niggas always carried yourself. Make no mistake about it. When we moved to Bad Boy moved as a team in unison. You know what I mean? Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? Very, very tactical, if you want to say, very to the point. Boom, 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 boom. That's how we taught. So, you know what I'm saying? Precision-based. And sometimes, you know, Bad Boys move in silence. So, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, I feel like a lot of dudes. Do you do content every day? Just want to know so I could be here. I do content every day. I haven't done content for the past 2 days. I had some things to do. You know what I mean? Like I move a different way, so I had some things to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, tomorrow and tonight. Tonight probably twice. I'll be doing content every day, man. So make sure y'all donate, support the channel, whatever. Like I tell people all the time, like homeboy, I was just on his camera just a few minutes ago, the knot. You know what I mean? Like, I done met son like 3 times now, and I'm like, well, the motherfucker y'all projected to me, that ain't the person I'm meeting. You feel what I'm saying? And like that's confusing because sometimes people will put and have reputations preceding you of what their perception is of you. And half y'all motherfuckers ain't never met this dude in person. And so I just got to get to this real quick because let's go into the Diddy content and all that. I saw a couple that is way too old. Like I'm not a fan of negative elderly bloggers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you over 60 something, fuck that. If you over like 57, 58 and you just started blogging and the bulk of your content is nothing but tea talk, I really like, yo, what the fuck can you offer to us? You understand what I'm saying? So I saw a couple, they went live for whatever reason they say or whatever reason they claim. Oh, son said this, son said that. Then son got a mental problem, son offy, this, that, and other thing. I saw niggas do the same shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked for the company for 17 years. Like, what you want me to do? Get in a time machine, go back in time and erase shit? Would that make you happy? You can't erase history, so it is what it is. And I'm sorry, I'm not a sucker bitch ass nigga. I'm not gonna sit up here and be rallying against some motherfucker that I hung up under for 17 years. That's some sucker shit. That's like if your man's hung up under you for years or whatever, now all of a sudden he like, yo, you know what, son, fuck it. This is the first 48, bitch, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't even a point of picking a side. It's a point of picking reality. This is my reality. This is where I'm stuck at right now. So instead of being looked at as a bitch nigga and be like, yo, all right, this motherfucker, he'll jump boat anytime. Stop staring at me like you're gonna do something to me. Stop staring at me like you're gonna do something to me. All right. Walk with your family. Walk with your family. I wouldn't have never looked at you until you started staring and you're on camera. All right. These guys be killing me. I'm like, what the fuck were you gonna do if I was gonna do something? Are you going to be at the courthouse next week until the verdict's reached? Absolutely. Do you have content every day? Yeah, I got content every day. Every day. I'm sorry about that. Hey, like I don't get off on nigga. Like that nigga clearly wasn't from New York. Why the fuck are you staring at me the whole time you walking down here? I don't like that shit. I'm stuck in a bind where I gotta be like that. That doesn't necessarily make me a supporter per se. That makes me somebody. Walk with your girlfriend. That doesn't necessarily make me a supporter. It makes me somebody that's more intent on this. I live to see through what's gonna happen. I live to see through what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'll leave it at that. So we'll see what happens. The court's gonna come to their contention. The court's gonna come to their decision. How you doing? The court's gonna come to their decision, and they're gonna rule on whatever they rule on. You know, like I said, there's a possibility you might have to do this again. You never know. Who knows? What do I know, right? What do I know? Who am I? I don't know. But yeah, man, it's an interesting trial. We've been down here for a while. For me, it's been 8 months. You know, so I am anticipating to see what happens. Will that change my opinion about Pup? Depends on what they convict him on. I've been very stringent about that. I've been very exact about that. It depends on what they convict him for. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of loopholes. I see a lot of loose things. I think Mark Agnafilio, based on the people that I'm listening to, has done a precision job today on whatever intent he had. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be. I know a lot more people are coming out that courtroom and they're talking about, including yesterday, I saw quite a few people that I trust. I'm not saying you should trust them, but I trust listening to them because they're partial, they're objectionable. I heard a couple people walk out that courtroom that were people that were outside and they were talking about, yo, it sounded like she fumbled the ball. But again, this is interpretation. But the people I was listening to, they were actually from the New York City tri-state. That's why I was more privy to listen to them. Do I think Pup did any of this shit? I think Pup was a nasty motherfucker. I'm sorry, Skinny. It is what it is. You's a nasty motherfucker, nigga. But that don't mean that I'm gonna throw a motherfucker under a bus either. I never the dude Plies. Y'all know Plies? Y'all know Plies? Y'all remember Plies from Florida? He still does content here and now, whatever. Plies had a song called 100 Years. Y'all ever heard that song? 100 Years by Plies? It was one of Plies' biggest hits. Top of the song started out like this. Every Monday through Friday, up in the state courthouse, a motherfucker is on trial and may run his life or some shit like that, he said. The point I was getting at is it was a strong song, man. Cracker, give my man 100 years, you dig? Type shit like that. Monday through Friday, motherfucker with their life on the line, sitting up in the courthouse. Might be your uncle, might be your auntie, might be your son. Y'all setting the precedent. If this motherfucker is convicted, you better be on the lookout for your sons, because now you start a new vibration and new contention. The young niggas are guilty before they're proven innocent. Young niggas, even if the women participate in what they're doing willingly. Listen, let me put it in perspective again, man. Niggas been doing that we call that voyeur, we call it voyeur, what they call the motherfucking swingers. People been doing that voyeur swinger shit since the 1970s in New York. I pointed out this one club that was exclusively Greek people and Italians or whatever out there in Long Island. I forgot what the name of it was. They subsequently opened up another one in Manhattan. And they closed the bitch on motherfucking New Year's Eve. New York City Health Department closed the shit. This was a club. And in the club, they exclusively had people that signed up for a membership. They came to the membership. Y'all can look this up. It's very easy to find. I know it by head. But they invited people through the membership or whatever. The people would go in there. They get down. There was video of it or whatever. This was happening in the late 70s all the way up until like 1990, something like that, maybe 1988, 89. But this was happening exclusively out in Long Island at first. And then they opened up a second location in New Jersey, and they opened up another one in Manhattan. This was a known sex club. Right here in the area I'm at right now, they used to down this area for people that's really New Yorkers. Y'all remember the fucking bathhouses they had down here. They used to have bathhouses down here. You could go up in the joints. They were Chinese bathhouses. They had chicks up in there, you know, she loved you, good time, you know what I mean? 2 times, whatever, get woody, you know what I mean? And that's what would go down. They shut that down because of the health scare that was going on with that. But many people, if you're from the New York City tri-state, you know exactly what I'm talking about, the Chinese bathhouses. They closed them down for health reasons. So New York always had a history of swingers clubs and shit like that. And that's why I find it funny a lot of times when these niggas be talking about sexual rights and shit, especially from California. That's the capital of fucking filming porn. Let me tell you something about Cali, Sean. Them niggas, for years, up into this motherfucker, what's his name? It was this dude, this porno actor, used to always wear a hat on his head. What is that motherfucker's name? Don't act like y'all ain't watch no porn, nigga. Stop it. I remember all them porn shit. West Coast Productions. I remember all that shit. Listen, there used to be this one dude, though. I forgot what his name is. Mark something. The dude the nigga had like 5 different STDs. Shit was real. He had like syphilis and some other shit. He was running through the porn industry, hitting everything. Bang, bang. Hey, take that. Nah. You take some too. Yeah. He was hitting off everything, right? He was wild. So, boom. Come to find out, he had passed on his STDs to several women in the industry. Ain't nobody come out and advocate for them hoes. Ain't a motherfucker say a thing about the hoes that got STDs. You know what they said instead? Well, that's what they get for being in that business. I can show you quotes from that. They'll say, that's what they get for being in that business. There have been strippers that have been killed. They'll say, that's what they get for being in that business. You don't believe me? Go look up the story of Jack the Ripper. You know why they didn't care about them girls? Because they were prostitutes. That's what they said. That's why it took us so long to catch Jack the Ripper. He was killing prostitutes. They were looked at as the disease of the fucking society. What did I say wrong? I'm sorry. What did I say wrong? So when you got that type of equation or whatever, I want to look that up, because I say historically, prostitution up until recently, it will matter what form it is, whether it's OnlyFans, and if I'm right, I believe Miss Daphne was an OnlyFans chick, wasn't she? Huh? Wasn't Daphne, wasn't one of the girls, one of the witnesses, wasn't one of them an OnlyFans chick, or she considered doing OnlyFans, some shit like that. I don't know. What do I know, right? But anyway, one of the chicks that considered, or she was doing OnlyFans. Now, I'm saying, if you ain't got no aspirations as a woman, but to get, it's funny as fuck to me because, listen, and I say this often, if y'all so involved with this shit that's going on with Cassie, right? Why y'all ain't involved young ladies that are OnlyFans, young ladies that are advocates for Me Too, Me and Boo Boo, whatever the fuck. How come y'all motherfuckers don't advocate towards these girls, against these girls hopping on OnlyFans? I mean, y'all hoes, some of y'all hoes is doing a terrible job as older hoes. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to be funny, I'm just saying how I feel. Some of y'all older hoes is failing on the job. Because y'all supposed to be out here teaching the young chicks. A young chick's aspiration shouldn't be, yo, I'm hopping on OnlyFans at 18 like Bad Baby. Am I lying? What did I say wrong? You got 18-year-old girls and their aspirations are to get on fucking OnlyFans. Where's their advocacy? We don't care about the babies, but we care about old bitches that chose to bust down and got $30 million off of it. Listen, I ain't even gonna hold you. That bitch would have seen $30 million if she put out 10 more albums. And how I know? I promoted the chick shit, so I know. I'm not saying Cassie was talentless. Listen, I got something for y'all later on, right? I got a little piece I'm gonna put up for y'all, and it'll be undisputable that this bitch couldn't sing. Is that is that fair? When she first came out, niggas was talking about the bitch couldn't sing. I promoted probably over 30, 38, close to 40 plus artists from Bad Boy Entertainment, maybe a little bit more in over 17 years, right? And I don't include the second album, third album, because it's the same artist. So that's why I took that out of the equation. But if you put it sequentially with the distributor that we would have at that time and their artists, you extend. So we worked with Nicki Minaj. I didn't work with, that's why I tell you, there's so many people that I know that y'all don't even think I know. But I had a chance to work with people that was part of our distributors too. So when we was at BMG, we worked with BMG artists that were at Arista and BMG. We also worked with artists that were from Interscope. I worked with Soulja Boy before and a couple other people from over at Interscope, including rock groups, El DeBarge, a couple other people, which I think that video is still up here when we did the setup for El DeBarge. Shout out to El DeBarge, because that was definitely one of the moments where I was starstruck. I don't get starstruck with niggas, you know what I'm saying? But he was definitely the ones that because I knew the lineage behind that, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to think. I don't even think she had 4 songs that really peaked. I think Cassie only had maybe 2 songs that peaked, and that's Could Have Been Love or Must Have Been Love, which is originally Day 26's song. Y'all don't believe me, do y'all? Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I know this won't get copywritten because it's not on ASCAP or BMI. So I ain't worried about this being flagged. I know this ain't on BMI or ASCAP. Or what's the other one they trying to do? What's the other joint they got now, y'all? They got another joint too. I forgot what the other joint is. That came up a couple years ago. Anyway, long story short, Cassie wouldn't have seen $30 million in her career. You understand what I'm saying? Was it Me and You by Cassie or Official Girl with Lil Wayne? I don't even think Official Girl went. I don't even think Official Girl went there, Sean, to be honest with you. I like, sing the lyrics to that shit. That's the rule of the music business. Anybody that been come from the era I know, nigga, if your song is memorable, then sing the lyrics to that shit. Listen, love them or hate them, I bet you any motherfucker out here, I grab them randomly, right? I'm like, yo, sing me some verses to R. Kelly song. I'm dead serious. I ask anybody out here to sing me some lyrics from an R. Kelly song, like them or hate them, they gonna know how to do it. I tell somebody to recite me some lyrics from their favorite Mary J. Blige song, like her or hate her, they gonna be able to do it. You know why? Because it's got the memories attached to it. Some of y'all little motherfuckers, especially if you under 24 years old, you was probably made listening to R. Kelly and Mary J. Blige. I got my first piece of a J listening to Love Without a Limit. I got my first piece of a J listening to Love Without a Limit. You heard? I got my first piece of a J listening to motherfucking Mary. I was like in 6th grade. Went over my little chick's house at the time. I had a little chick. I ain't hit. You understand what I'm saying? But my first interaction with some J was in that moment. I got my stinky pinky for the first time, as my uncle used to call it. I got stinky pinky. God damn it. I came through the house. I'm thinking my dad would recognize it. The only motherfucker to recognize it is my mom. Who the bit is some pussy? Oh, man. So what I mean is your memories are attached to music a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? The same way it'll be with this generation. Their music is attached to their memory. So that's why I said when it comes to Cassie, name me some memorable songs. Anybody? Can't nobody tell me a memorable song by Cassie. Y'all had a woman, I told y'all this shit when the shit first popped off. Y'all had a woman come up in here and testify and say the same fucking shit. Her music went on shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And don't put an official girl in my motherfucking chat room. Shout out to Kid. Kid, don't put that shit in my chat room no more. I gotta do like 3 or 4 more of these. I already know because I ain't been live in a minute. So that's how it be. So y'all bear with me. They gonna come up in. This is just what happens. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go live for like 2 or 3 days. So I had shit to do. How you doing? I had shit to do, man. I got a personal life too. You know what I'm saying? I don't live off YouTube like these niggas. So we got to get out here and get it. You heard? What you do? You good? Nah, I just want to put that in perspective. Like, I know the artist that was good. I know the process. I recorded at Daddy's House Record Studio. So I know the process. You know what I mean? Multiple times. I told you just go look up my name. You see my name on the screen and put Daddy's House Record Studio behind it. I'm going to come up. You know what I mean? So it's like, working with all those producers or whatever, I know what you got, you know what I'm saying? You got, how can you say it? You got reach to, you know, who you can apply to your projects. Some of those, I was working with people, you'll hear in the video, that worked with Shakira, that worked with Wyclef, that worked with Celine Dion. Like, that's the elk I was at. I'm in soul music, you know what I'm saying? We're about to sell some more music. So, you know what I mean? Like, for me, when I hear niggas be out here, son, they be, your album wasn't up to par. And that's usually the example of most people when their music ain't up to par. 17 years, why the fuck are you staring at me? I'm a guy, thank you. In 17 years of working in the music industry, I can definitely tell you this is for a fact. If you gonna sit around and you just don't put real interest into your project, what's gonna happen? Would you quit looking like you're looking at the fucking building? Thank you. That is fucking childish. Anyway, long story short, what? Anyway, long story short, right? What you do is you get a person to get lazy with their album and they don't really put everything they supposed to put into it. If you get a lazy ass project, say you record, I don't know, 30 songs, right? Out of those 30 songs, I'm gonna go through them. If I'm somebody that's a distributor or somebody that's head of the company, I'm gonna go through them and I'm gonna make the final decision what stays and what doesn't go. And even what stays, I'm gonna have my suggestions or what I wanna see as part of that label head or the person that you got a contractual agreement with that may be on the subsidiary labels under that. It goes through a stream of people before you get the okay. Now, contractually, if you got your shit worked another way, which it sounded like to me contractually, she signed up voluntarily and said, yo, I'm gonna get down here and bust down. The music ain't that good, so I'm gonna bust down. The music ain't that good, so I'm gonna bust down. So you became the bust down girl. The 2 girls sequentially after that, they became the bust down girls. What part of this party you ain't getting? Y'all the bust down girls. Now I say that respectfully, but disrespectfully is a motherfucker. When you're out here and you busting down and you crying, talking about my rent $10,000 a month. Listen, I live in fucking one of the nicest areas in Connecticut. If you got a spot for $10,000 a month in Greenwich or in this inclusive area, motherfucker, you should be bringing in at least 80 to 100,000 a month. Obviously, I'm not into fucking kids. Stop staring at me. Thank you. So, long story short, if you got a place that costs $10,000 a month and you can't afford it, when the motherfucker go to jail that was paying that $10,000 a month, it would come, I don't know, maybe just a little bit spirit to me that maybe I need to get the fuck up out of here. Now, another thing I think is this. Give me a second, guys. What I think is this. I think, hey, what's going on, Ruby? I told you everybody get in here. Make sure y'all share this and make sure y'all hit the like button so I ain't been live. Say what, motherfucker? Huh? Oh, all right. So, anyway, long story short, you know what I mean? Now, y'all forgive me, man, because niggas they don't be from New York, and they be out here disrespectful as a motherfucker. This is not where you from. We don't do that shit around here. Like, people be like really talking slick and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they be like, oh, I do this in Ohio. This ain't fucking Ohio. You get your ass twisted up here. Don't walk past me saying no slick shit. And I can't stand with this lower tier white folks. No offense. You know what I'm saying? But I live around white people better than you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. I know white people way more wealthier than you. You know what I mean? So cut that shit out. All right, so y'all think I'm wilding or whatever. Like, nigga, if you walking around the corner and you staring at me and you see me talking to a camera, you see a fucking tripod, the chances are I ain't talking to you. So why the fuck are you staring at me like you in danger or something, nigga? If I put you in danger. How about that? Now, yeah, excuse me. That's just my tip. I don't like that shit. Don't come around the corner staring. If I was white, you wouldn't be staring at me. You'd be like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? So don't do that shit with me. I lost a couple people because I'm sorry. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me share this. What happens for watch? When I go live later, it's going to be more people in here. That's why I did this one like this now. You know what I'm saying? Because two of them niggas be like, yo, we ain't fucking with you, Sean. Y'all give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me just share this. Y'all got to give me a second because this little white window pops up when I'm trying to share this shit. All right. We're going to keep this going to like 8-ish. All right? Is that real? Yo, y'all tap in with me, man. Tell me what y'all think. Anyway, let me continue on here, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit up that Cash App too, man. I see so many niggas out here make thousands of dollars because they in the courtroom. I'm like, what the fuck does that matter? All these niggas gonna come out telling the same fucking story. You know what I'm saying? All these niggas like, listen, no matter what, let me tell you the secret of that shit. No matter who, I talked about this with my man. I'm just gonna call you K, because K, my man K brought this up, right? Shout out to Brooklyn. He was like, yo, it don't even matter, son, because it's gonna be like, ain't nobody gonna know what the fuck happened until everybody get out the courtroom. Not on top of that, but there's gonna be a transcript shortly after, maybe a couple hours, 2, 3, 4 hours or whatever, that'll tell you exactly what motherfuckers said in there. So you better off being a day back than trying to be a day forward. And that's what all these niggas did. They all try to be a day forward. You know what I'm saying? I got the exclusive. No, I got the exclusive. No, I got the exclusive. A bunch of rubbish. I told y'all 2 weeks ago, I said half of them motherfuckers ain't gonna remember half of the shit they heard in the past 6 weeks. They not gonna remember. Is that fair? Am I saying something wrong? Half of the motherfuckers that was that was testifying, including Cuddy and all this, I say for the lifelong, you's always gonna be a suck ass motherfucker to us. Lifelong, you know what I'm saying? You always gonna be like, you got that typecast on you now, B. You's a suck ass nigga, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I listen. If it was a woman that was doing it, I think I have a different temperament at it than it is when it's a man doing it. Like when it's a man doing it, it's just like I got a different temperament about that shit. Like, nigga, you ain't have to show up. And then it was a girl's fingerprints. They said it was a girl's fingerprints. That's why I said I'm just scoping over shit right now. Because half of the stuff that's happened in the past, we heading on week 7 now. Half of the stuff that's happened in the past 7 weeks, I don't even remember. You understand what I'm saying? So I know a jury that they're not sequestered to do that, but they have to sit there day after day after day after day after day and listen to this shit. Sooner or later, they told me there was motherfuckers in there dozing off and going to sleep, B. They said niggas was in the courtroom going to sleep. I said, oh shit, son. Niggas just going to sleep. Yeah, they said niggas was nodding. It was like, it was just nodding. Get somebody get this nigga some coffee or something. Y'all should have had that. That's what y'all should have. Y'all should have had a coffee maker up in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? And somebody serving coffee. That would have kept everybody awake. Other niggas was in there sleeping other there. It was tired of the testimony. So after 6.5 weeks of the same testimony, people having to come here every fucking day. You understand what I'm saying? To hear the story, nevertheless, of no more than a couple of chicks that wanted to bust down for a couple of dollars. Listen, bitch, if your rent is $10,000 a month and you can't afford it, you living out of your means. You understand what I'm saying? It's simple as that. If your rent is 10 grand a month and you can't afford that shit on your own, then bitch, maybe you don't deserve a place that costs $10,000 a month. It's all about simplicity. I understand I'm one of the founding motherfucking believers in location is everything. I just spent my whole life doing that. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna find no address attached to me from the local housing projects. You ain't gonna find no address attached to me from the ghetto. Lifelong, nigga. You understand? So, and that's not because I like it's a discrepancy of hood. No, that's just because like location is everything, motherfucker. Like the fuck, I'm one of the bad boy niggas. Nigga, I don't want to live around you. I was playing. Anyway, long story short, man. I keep reverting back, and I know a lot of y'all get mad at me because I'm talking about the girls busting down, and some of y'all that might be offensive. But how many girls do you know that's selling for Jay right now? When you was working with Diddy, did you see anything ruthless by him? I'll give you this much. One of the things that stuck out to me was, what was his name? Brendan Paul, or whatever his name was that testified. One of the things that stuck out to me that he said, and I said this many a times, and I think somebody asked me this one time, and they said, yo, you've been up for like 2 days. And I was like, yo, G, that shit don't bother me. Like, we used to that, and we were used to that. Like, we get to a city, like, I'll give you an example. If we flew into Miami for Miami Memorial Day weekend, right? So we get in there, I don't know, say Thursday, right? So we get there Thursday, and then Thursday night there's a party, right? So we committed to going to that party because either Puff doing a walkthrough there, he doing an appearance, one of the artists is doing an appearance, or whatever. Say the next day at 8 o'clock, we got to go to a day party, right? So Puff is hosting a day party or something like that. He hosting the joint. Y'all wonder why the nigga always wearing sunglasses. It ain't because he's trying to be cool, because he don't want everybody to see him tired. That's why he wears the sunglasses. So I think it's been proven now with the testimony itself. If you just pay attention, this nigga was getting higher than giraffe pussy. You know what I'm saying? Higher than giraffe pussy. So, long story short, right? When you was working with Diddy, did you see? And the other thing I have to say is, I guess the other thing I would have to say that Brendan Paul said that kind of resonated with me was this nigga gets snappy sometimes. He definitely got snappy. He ain't never get snappy with me. But what he would do is he would call our boss, and he'd be like, yo, and I ain't even gonna hold you, this way he used to call us. Shout out to Balloon, shout out to motherfucker Paul. They used to be like, yo, the street meets. Get them niggas shot. Yo, where the street meets at, son? We used to be like competing with the other record labels. So it would be like, we'd be competing with, at the time, it was Ja Rule and his crew, Murder Inc. We was competing with Rockefeller, of course. We was competing with, it's funny because everybody said I look like DMX and sound like DMX, all that shit. We was competing with Rough Riders. Like, we was all competing at the time, you know what I'm saying? Each team had their own team, you know what I'm saying, that did the diligence, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, our program of who we were, you know what I'm saying? And later on, I became out of that. The rest of my comrades did too. But we started out as a street team. And that was a big deal when we started out. Like, every record company had one. Rough Riders, everybody. Like, we was actually the niggas that was in the streets. So that's why I said, if you look at my podcast started in the streets. Because that's what I'm used to doing. I'm used to being up in niggas' faces and shit like that or whatever. We done got into fights with motherfuckers over. I'm talking about physical fights. Def Jam niggas. We got into it with, what's the other niggas? Now, we ain't never get into it with Rough Riders. We was cool with Rough Riders. It was another, the Violator niggas. We got into it with the Violator Entertainment niggas before. Like we was wilding for real. Like, so we had fun, but consummated all into this, it was love. You know understand what I'm saying? Because we see the motherfuckers a week and a half, 2 weeks later, be like, yo, what up, man? We ain't really, you know what I'm saying? That niggas piece it out or whatever. Shout out to Shampoo from Def Jam. Shampoo is one of the leading niggas up at Def Jam. He's put in so much work over the years and the decades as far as the music, entertainment, and everything like that. So I always want to pay homage to people like that. So shout out to Shampoo, YNVS, you heard? But yeah, the other thing that Brendan Paul said was he was talking about how Puff was mean sometimes or whatever. Now that I look back at it, the nigga might have been, you know what I mean, hiding giraffe pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like I still got to tell y'all how much in shock and all I was. And not just me, some of my comrades I told that used to work with us, I was like, yo, you know this nigga had an overdose in 2012? And my man was just like, what? And he was the same thing. He came in like 4 years after me. And he was like, same thing. He was like, yo, Puff had a what? I said, yeah, Puff had a motherfucking overdose, son. In 2012, we almost lost Puff. Now, I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about that. I don't want to see Puff dead. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of people think, oh, well, you just, you know what I mean? I've worked around these niggas for 17 years, B. I done did everything with these niggas or whatever. So, yeah, Puff, he would lose his temper. He would yell at niggas, but it was to be proficient. And that was the thing behind it. He wanted everybody to be proficient because we worked as a unit. See, a lot of people, including these bloggers out here, let me tell you something. Let me tell you about working as a unit. My man Shaw said this. Shaw said the same thing I said. If these bloggers have been working as a team opposed to working against each other, because that's kind of like what they were doing. They was kind of working against each other. If they had been working as a team in unison, they wouldn't even have to fuck with major media. Y'all wouldn't even, them suck ass niggas would have came to y'all. But y'all niggas was all down here on your own team. Some niggas had beefs on YouTube, all that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If y'all would have been working in unison, y'all would have got wonderful things done. Y'all probably could have got the nigga pulled up out of here and been like, yo, you know what? When this nigga hit the streets, though, we're gonna have a talk with him at the dinner table. You know what I mean? So when you put things like that in perspective, you start getting a clear idea of what my position is and why I'm like that. The reason I'm like that, and like I said, I'll stay like that. How you doing? I'll stay like that, and I'm gonna continue to be like that, because like I said, I just don't believe in that. I don't believe in, like where I come from, you rock with them motherfuckers. And that's what niggas gonna say in New York. Yo, you rocked with them niggas. You rocked with them niggas. So I don't know, whether it be the streets, y'all know, if many people, especially people who came in here in my chat room before that know me in real life, from CT, from New York, or whatever, nigga, like, make no mistake about it, I was a real criminal, dog. I had a $250,000 bond, you know what I'm saying? And I roughed that shit out. So I know, and I was going to court, all that shit. This was before I got with Bad Boy. So for me, Bad Boy Entertainment kind of saved my life, because it was the time I got out of jail, whatever, and I did like a year, 8 months or something like that, just sitting, nigga. Wasn't nobody come to get me for $250. I was sitting. I'm doing my noodles. I'm doing the water up under the door. Yo, who on the hot pot, son? Yo, I need some hot water, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you got your hot pot going off at 10, 11. You know what I'm saying? CO, fuck this nigga, CO. We was up in there a while for real. I see the nigga get tossed off the tee or that. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit I had nothing to do with. I see some Latin King niggas, they just tossed this nigga off the second tee. I'm like, oh shit, what'd he do? Yo, man, nigga took like 90 soups, ain't pay nothing back. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that. So I'm not one that's frantic to see people up in prison or whatever, because I've been there before. You understand what I'm saying? And it ain't a fun place. You know what I mean? I got 8 pages. 8 pages. I ain't proud of that shit. 8 pages of the shit that I've done. You know what I'm saying? 8. I always gotta live with that. I might go to school to become a lawyer now, exonerate myself and shit. But I keep that in place, and I always keep that as a reminder of what not only I'm capable of, but also a reminder, you gotta stay out here because you got a bigger purpose. You know what I'm saying? And so my bigger purpose right now is not arguing with y'all niggas this week. None of y'all, no matter what your position is, but just giving you some, and I'm talking specifically Black Americans, Latinos, and white folks is out there putting it in too, because I grew up with so many Italians and Greeks, like it's pathetic. Like, it's definitely, obviously their influence is on me, but it's benign to think, and I tell people all the time. Shout out to Mr. Rockio and shout out to Mr. Baco. And put it like that, my homies that know me. And Salvatore, what's up, boy? And they've been on here before, and they validated. You know what I'm saying? Yo, nah, he really used to get into all that shit. You know what I mean? I've been chilling. You know what I mean? Every now and then I snap back out of it. You know what I'm saying? All right, what's happening? But make no mistake about it. The guys that I was involved with, they ended up getting brought up on a RICO charge ultimately in the state of Connecticut for bringing shit back and forth from New York to Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? And luckily I was out to spin when that shit went down. But this is a true story. You know what I'm saying? And like some of these niggas that get out here, they're like, yo, he's making thousands of dollars or whatever. They had us in the paper, so I made the front page of the paper. They had us in the paper. Niggas, we was making hundreds of thousands of dollars. We was an organization. Like, it's no ifs, ands, or buts to it. We were. But that's why I know when I hear this shit about, well, Puff was drug trafficking and shit like that, I'm like, all right, first of all, let me tell you something. There's a former drug dealer. You get motherfucking, I think they said one time this nigga got like, what, a pound? All right, so you break that pound down, that's 12 motherfucking O's. You know what I'm saying? I could get rid of them O's. Back then, probably still now. Back then, I could probably get rid of them O's by the next day. Easy. You know what I'm saying? And I tell every nigga, yo, listen, man, just give me $1.70. Give me $1.70. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that short, because that short ain't gonna equate to nothing but like maybe $40, $50 moving down. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm so quick about it, when I'm going back to shit, the dudes, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, all right, you know what? I can see you could do bigger than that. So listen, let me do this. Boom, 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 boom. So now I got a little light front. You know what I'm saying? So I got the pit-down that I paid for. Plus I got a little light point, you know what I'm saying, for like 2 extra pounds. Because y'all see I'm good. So now I'm working with like motherfucker, what is that? 36 ounces. Now that 36 ounces, I could probably get rid of them in 4 days. You understand what I'm saying? When we was talking about the coca, nigga, please. I speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Entonces, sabes, representado por la gente dominicana, la negro, tú sabes, tan claro. So it was like, for me, it was easy, you know what I mean, to go uptown, whatever. So let me tell you how I got caught. I was fucking with this chick, right? You know what I'm saying? And her sister got jumped. I remember this shit like a fact. Her sister got jumped. So her sister got jumped by a chick that was fucking with my mans and her crew. So at this time, the girls were in the gangs too. You know what I'm saying? Here in New York, in the tri-state area period, a lot of people remember the beads when we was wearing beads, all that. They had the green and white beads. They had the red, blue, and brown beads. Y'all know the vibes over here back that time in New York. So, and this ain't that long ago. This is times when King Blood was out here, all that. It was a different New York. Niggas get touched. So, anyway, long story short, her sister got jammed up or whatever. When they caught the sister had a hammer on her. And so, little small pistol, but she had a pistol nevertheless. So her sister got arrested or whatever. Since the sister was mad at us, what she started doing was, she started telling on mad niggas. So I wasn't the only person she told on. She told on mad people. So I'm hopping off the train or whatever. And as I'm hopping off the train, I'm thinking everything cool, because my whole thing is, we got the shit in a motherfucking VCR. So I got a bag, and it's like a little 2-string bag, but inside the bag is a VCR, and inside the VCR is the coke, right? So, and y'all can look this up or whatever, I tell no lies. So boom, I ain't gonna tell you how much it was, but it was a significant amount, overly significant amount. And so, and it was like the whole VCR was hollowed out, and it was just in there. And so this was my idea, this was my man's idea. So anyway, long story short, I'm coming back and get off the train, whatever. I walked like 2 blocks, nigga. I saw one cop car come around the corner. Then they just flushed me. It was like 6 cop cars. They like, all right, we see what's going on, da. I was like, officer, I ain't did nothing. Officer, I know damn well I'm guilty. First thing he do, go in my pocket. This nigga pulled out like $4,200. He's like, where you get this from? I'm like, yo, my uncle gave me that. We just sold his car. I came with some quick shit. I'm like, we just sold his car. He was like, all right, well, we just gonna hold on to this for you for a minute. I said, all right. He said, if you're all clean, you can go. So then the nigga went into my pocket. Hold on one second. Nigga went into my pocket, the other pocket, noticed I had a box cut on. So he took that away from me. So then he said, yo, what's in the book bag? I said, nothing, just a VCR. I repair VCRs. That's what the nigga probably got speculative of. So boom, right? They said, all right, well, cool. We got reason to believe that you might be transporting drugs or whatever, across state line or whatever, how you said it. I said, nah, not me, officer. I would never do that. So the nigga stopped me or whatever, B. You know what I'm saying? Finally, they take me down and say I'm detained. So they get me down to the police station or whatever. They have a nigga come in literally with a screwdriver, open up this shit in front of me. I'm like, oh, shit, y'all got me. Y'all got me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, sometimes it's good goddamn police work. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was what it was. But, yeah, man, that's why I always point out the factor of telling people, yo, don't get into that if that's not you. Because what happens is, yeah, you make a lot of money out of it. Like I said, man, we was making hundreds of thousands. Not like $1,000, $10,000. And our shit was different. Like, our shit was going on in 3 different states, my nigga. Actually 4. If you include VA too, so like 4. You know what I'm saying? So we was doing shit in like 4 different states for real. Do your Googles, you'll find out. I'll tell you no lies. And my crew was like Italian, Latino, really. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different flag. I mean, like me, my man Al, my other man Panna, and maybe like 2 other people. We were brown skin, but everybody else, you know what I mean? Yeah, everybody else cool. Everybody else was like, you know what I mean, white shit. So it was what it was. Damn, it's always a chick. Yeah, man. Yo, man. Ultimately, let me tell you what happened. So it was my first offense, right? So I copped out to 15 years suspended after 3 years served. So since I only had to do 3 years served, basically I had been sitting in there for a year, like 8-9 months at the time. So it was like niggas let me go or whatever after that. They gave me time to serve. I literally walked out the same day I got sentenced. So it was crazy. I walked out in my Browns, all that. I was like, yo, this let me, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? That was a very long time ago. That's why I tell people, like, listen, man, the game different nowadays. Like back then you could make tens of thousands. Nowadays, that shit light work. You know what I mean? Like you can really get hammed up in some shit. So don't go with the drug dealing route. Don't do this shit like what Puff was doing. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, one of the things I get mad about Puff is like, nigga, you was out here giving niggas tens of thousands of dollars to do dirt shit. But when we worked for you, you wasn't applicably distributing that same type of love to us. And I got a problem with that. I really do. You know what I mean? I really do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I stand on this right here. You know what I mean? Like, y'all see me. I stand on this right here. But what I don't stand on is fuck nigga shit. And Pup, I hate to say it, if I called out anybody in the streets, it'd be some fuck nigga shit. Anybody in Harlem would tell you the stuff that you was doing was some fuck nigga shit. Is that fair? Paying prostitutes, go fuck yourself. Paying prostitutes does not equate, you understand what I'm saying, to the fam. You dig me? And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. Some of my comrades I work with busted their ass. I remember when we first started, niggas was putting their money together to get blimpy sandwiches. You understand? I remember when we first got together, I remember us sharing McDonald's. We used to have these McDonald's arch cards, right? We used to like get those for free. Pup had some deal going on with McDonald's, some promo, something like that. So they used to give us these arch cards. The arch cards would have 10 of them, $10 on some of them had $20 on it, right? And so we were surviving off those at one point. We were surviving off low-end per diem money. We were surviving off low-end pay for trips we were on. You know what I'm saying? Well, we should have got $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 if you equated to what you was giving these bitches, nigga. So if you ask me if I got a problem with Puff, yeah, that's a problem I got. Nigga, you out here giving random bitches money, but you ain't breaking down money with the fam, with the team. We was doing the most. We was doing the most out of all them. Let me tell you, at the time, for like a 2-3 year period, street team in the promotions department was doing the most. Let me tell y'all a little quick story. Many of y'all know this, and many of y'all don't know this. When Puff was in court the first time, this was back in, was it 2000, 2001, something like that. When he was in court the first time. What's the definition of vertical integration, cocksucker? Quick. So anyway, long story short, back to what I was saying. I want to word this right, because I don't want to say it the wrong way and the niggas be on my back in about an hour calling. Our department literally was the foundation for Puff when he was going through the first trial. So when he was going through the first trial with Sean and all that shit or whatever, we was there. Shout out to my man Scrooge McBucks, you know what I mean? Love. Shout out to motherfucking Gaygo, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say it like that. I don't be telling people's names and shit. But for those that's privy to who I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Could have known a couple other people who was busting our ass, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, it was the same theory. A lot of people hated Puff. Damn, you fine as hell. A lot of people hated Puff. I was talking to you. A lot of people hated Puff. A lot of people didn't like Puff. A lot of people wanted to see Puff's demise. This, that, and other than the third. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the vibes. And so at the time, I know we was up against that then. You know what I mean? I will admit it wasn't a turnout like you see right here at this courthouse right here, what we got going on nowadays, but there was a lot of people that turned out. And at that time, we were fighting up against the river. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, we was fighting up against the river. And I forgot the projects we were promoting, but if I had to say any of those projects at the time, say Bad Boy Entertainment, it definitely had to be Black Rob. When Black Rob, I remember the promo we did for Black Rob, we had these little orange stickers, and they said "Whoa" on them. And we peeled the backs off them. They were long. It was about like they was shaped like that. And so we would peel the backs off them. We put them on the post. We put them in the club. Everywhere you saw "Whoa, whoa, whoa." And then after a couple of weeks, everybody's like, "Yo, what's this whoa shit?" Then boom, that shit hit. Man, it was a whole different vibe when whoa hit. I'm trying to tell you. But New York, when niggas heard that whoa shit, it was different. It was just different. The energy was different in it. Everybody was ushering in and say, yo, this is a new era in Bad Boy. We ain't heard this sound before, Puff. Where you behind this? When that Bad Boy anthem came after that, niggas was like, yo, we behind this at Puff? We ain't heard this. And it changed the trajectory. Niggas started coming back, fucking with Puff again, da-da-da-da. If you look at some of the shit that's going on with R. Kelly right now, I'll give you that example. Niggas try to kill R. Kelly, y'all know that? That's what he said. He said niggas tried to kill him. They gave him some pills. That's what he said. They said they overdosed him, gave him some pills. That's what he said. I ain't make it up. That's what he said. I don't know no reason R. Kelly got the lie right now for it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me, and I saw somebody write in the chat room, because some of these niggas be talking greasy, son. I saw somebody write in the chat room. They was like, yo, if Puff get convicted, they're going to take him out in there. The Illuminati and the powers that be and this, that, and the other and the third or whatever. And I say to you, how the fuck you know? How the fuck you know? Is that a fair question? How the fuck you know? Like, okay, let's say the Illuminati exists, even though it doesn't. All right, it's made up. It really is. I'll even go this far. It's not the Illuminati that niggas are scared of. It's the idea of it that people are scared of. That's the trick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. A nigga can pump fake you, you understand what I'm saying, about anything. You know what I mean? It really can. But one thing I always point out is this. When you hear people talk about this Illuminati shit and all that shit or whatever, ask them this question. How the fuck do you know? That's the only thing you gotta ask them. Ask them, how do you know? Why do you care? Is even a better question. Why do you care? What's it to you? If you ain't involved in that shit, then you shouldn't want to know nothing about it. That's what I would think. But niggas be out here, they be trying to talk about, yeah, man, it's the Illuminati. The shit that be going on in these chat rooms, I be like, yo, y'all storytelling ass motherfuckers. For real, these some storytellers. Motherfucking storytellers, son. I know the answers. You know the answer? I think that's MTA lady. I'm about to go over there and fuck with her. I like her. I think it's an MTA lady. Shout out to the MTA lady, man. She coolin'. She always be out here wild. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm just sharing this real quick. MTA lady be out here wildin'. I'm gonna go dork on y'all in a minute or whatever. I know what I had to do. Like, you almost starting over when you start going live again. You ain't been live in a minute. Yeah, it's always a chick, definitely. So, I mean, outside of that, man, that's what I wanted to chat about right now. I'm gonna get into the in-depth part of the shit and talking about the particular. I just find that shit fucking boring. Because that's what the jury gonna go off of. The niggas ain't gonna go off of what they heard testimony 5 weeks ago. Hey, they fucking, nigga, I can't even remember what the fuck I ate yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? So when I sit back and I hear all these motherfuckers about, oh, the jury, these niggas ain't gonna remember what they heard, man. And they're gonna have to keep doing relapses with them. And pretty soon, as they keep trying to do relapses with them and try to make them remember shit, they're gonna make the shit even worse. So my thing is to you, I say let the players play how they play. Might be a particular reason we might have to revisit this again. I don't know. I don't know. Who am I to know, right? What's my battery looking like? All right, we good. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna make sure, because I gotta make sure my battery right. I just started catching that shit when they had 50%, son. Let me tell you something. If you're a streamer, you're using your phone or your device, catch that bit, get you one of these. You understand? Get you about, I got like 6 of these motherfuckers, for real. We're not going dead. You know what I'm saying? This one right here has got like 5,000 mAh, so you can see this one's at 0 now, because it'll burn through to get you like one motherfucking charge. You know what I'm saying? But it's a strong charge. My phone was at 32%, and now it's at 98. You understand what I'm saying? So get you some of these right here. You're gonna need these for y'all bloggers out there. Get you some of these. Listen, ain't nowhere in New York really you could plug your phone up at for a few minutes, nothing like that. The homeless niggas fucked that up. So, you know what I'm saying? Get you a couple of these, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all donate too, so I get a couple more of these. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm live out, because I do lives, you know what I mean? So make sure y'all hit up the cash, y'all support the channel. I appreciate y'all, man. All amounts are welcome. You know what I mean? We don't ask for donations on this channel too much. You know what I mean? Because it is what it is. But I will say to y'all this. If you got people out there, they are selling you narratives and stuff like that or whatever, please be privy to what they're selling you. And a lot of these girls that are online right now, they're selling you narratives that are not in the most, let's say, best of manuals. Some of these girls are selling y'all stories because they want to line their fucking pockets up. You think I don't see it. Anytime I get a chick that say she $50,000 in debt, and she spent every day of her, I'm talking about that chick, what's her name, the false witness? She spends every day of her life talking about the $50,000 that she owes out and the lawyer fund and all this extra shit. It just leads me to believe you doing this not because you believe in what's going on. You doing this to get your cash app up, baby. You want that squirrel out there. I understand, you know what I mean? But you're not gonna fool me. You can fool the rest of these motherfuckers, but you ain't gonna fool me. I know when I see somebody that's after some cash. And like I said, we see too many examples of it. We seen what Amber Heard did. We seen what a couple of these other chicks that did, where they got their shit tossed or whatever, or chick wanna be hoe when it's the fun times. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Chick wanna be a hoe when it's the good times, and then when shit get... See, a lot of chicks, y'all don't understand, man. I'm trying to break this down for y'all. A lot of chicks age out of hoeing. You can hit your pinnacle of hoeing. You ain't know that? You can hit your pinnacle of hoeing. Let me tell you what I mean. I'm gonna say it quick for y'all. This summer, there's a group of chicks that just graduated from Yale University, NYU, Columbia. Their asses is firm, their breasts sit up. You understand what I'm saying? They cute and they got careers. Now, let's put you. Been out here stripping for the past 15 years, was an OnlyFans model for about 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? You done slopped and dropped in the back of a bathroom here and there. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, slopped and drop and slop. You understand what I'm talking about? Huh? You understand what I'm saying? You said, nah, I'm gonna do this because he a rapper. Now I'm gonna do this because he's a basketball player. All women of all nationalities have done this. All right? The kings and the kings of yesteryear used to have something called a concubine. Concubine, you know? That concubine was set there in case the queen, who was a regent, you understand what I'm saying? All hail the queen. But the queen would, you know, she started knocking off a little bit. All right, it's time to get a side bitch. that's how, what do you want me to do, make it up? That's what happened. This is why in the 50s and 60s, you used to say, you heard the song, Papa was a Rolling Stone. He had 2 families across town. And if you look at many cultures, you'll see a doppelganger of the same shit. Don't let me get you in the African culture. I was with a Muslim woman for 7 years. These motherfuckers have 5 or 6 wives. If they can afford them. If they can afford them. Would you say it here? Old and washed up, probably. Yeah, man, it happens, dog. It happens. It happens. You get washed up with Jay. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A lot of chicks is out here right now talking about pussy don't fail me now. Yo, I should have said that shit. My fault. A lot of y'all chicks tonight around about 1 o'clock in the morning. It's Friday. It's feeling good out here. It's top of the summer. You're going to see some of these same chicks out here tonight with a wish list like this. Pussy don't fail me now. A couple of these chicks, they took a bath in that snapback real quick. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, that's an old hoe trick. Y'all know about that? That's when you put the vinegar in there and all that shit. You know what I mean? That's some old hoes trick right there. Be like, Auntie, my vagina ain't snapping the same way it used to. Go ahead and throw some of that vinegar in there, baby. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna slap you back up. You understand what I'm saying? Get you back out here with that snapper. You know what I'm saying? You got at least a good another 5 years of busting down in you. We gotta start admitting this, man. There's a lot of women out here that ain't on the same equal plateau. You understand what I'm saying? Got a lot of chicks out here right now. Word of mother, what's up, B?
What's up, G?
I'm all right,
you want
man.
to shout yourself out?
Nah, I'm good.
I'm waiting to shout yourself out,
I'm
G.
good.
I like the shit you're talking.
I appreciate you.
I overstand you.
All right,
I'm trying.
All right, that's what's up.
What you gotta say though, bro? It seems like you're actually an influencer talking something.
Nah, I ain't no influencer, man. I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody. All right, Justin, back to what I was saying, though. Long story short, man, a lot of these girls out here, they busting down or whatever, and they've been doing it for years, and that is what it is. So we gotta sit back and put in perspective a couple of things, you know what I'm saying? Which is, one, when does the bust down stop happening? That's what, you know what I'm saying? When does the bust down stop happening? Y'all see why we're this mess now, right? Told y'all, no, nigga, I ain't gonna be on your podcast. I'm about to shout my channel out, nigga. I don't need no help. I don't need no help. Fuck you, Anyway. A lot of these chicks been out here and they done washed their vajay out the game. And that's what you're seeing with a lot of these old chicks is out here that's sitting up in this courtroom. Cassie, 38 motherfucking years old. You understand what I'm saying? Now in the regular world, she should have tapped out the game maybe 15, 20 years ago. Now I'm just being honest here. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be sarcastic or whatever. The other old hoe, she damn near admitted it. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to have this quote out from Cassie where she said, who am I going to do? Go to Jay-Z? He's taken. That's what the bitch said. So what I say? What I say wrong? Sometimes when you fit with a narrative, sometimes when you fit with a decision that's already been made before it's happened, and you can actually see everything, before you go back and you make your decision, go back and listen to what some of the chicks said, because I equated to the same shit that happened with me, and that's why I brought it up. When I was down here, when the guy Amon Wiggins was down here, when there was another blogger that was down here, when Myron Gaines was down here, and when another blogger was down here, I seen all them guys get attacked by one chick. One chick, the same chick that attacked me, and niggas didn't want to put the foot down and say, yo, shorty, you need to cut that out. I'm talking about the women. I'm talking about the women. A lot of women, they will agree to bullshit. Now, that shit ain't cute after a certain age. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of these hoes that be online, like that bitch, the false witness. They be on their channels acting like they 16-year-old girls. Like, if you close your eyes, you'll swear you're listening to a 16-year-old teenager. And and then Puffy and this and the Diddy and it sound like schoolgirls. I'm like, do you bitches ever grow up? They used to say that men mature later than women. I think the opposite. I think men mature quicker than girls do nowadays. Some of these girls out here act like 16-year-olds. Today, when what's the name and it was walking out the courtroom with the family, that same chick that attacked me sat up here and said to what's the name about something about urination. I said, man, you lucky you kept your constitution, because word of my mother, I would have had security bang that bitch. I would have had security bang that bitch, factory. Bitch, you don't ask me no shit like that. Fuck wrong with you? And he in a position where he can't say nothing. Just like that nigga just walked past me talking about, yo, I like what you saying, this, that, nah, nigga, I don't want to be on your camera, nigga, I don't know you. Get the fuck away from me before I reach in this bag and do something. Listen, my point is, man, Chicks sometimes that vajay age out the game. And so the lesson is, ladies, y'all can't spend life long hoeing no more. See, what y'all don't understand is these hoes up here testifying, they done fucked up the whole game for y'all. Now dudes is looking at it like, nah. I ain't flying you out. Nah. I ain't paying for the hotel room. Nah. We going back to the hotel by ourselves. Nah. You can't eat. Y'all done fucked up a lot. It's gonna be a lot less Birkin bags being handed out after this motherfucking case. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be a lot less Birkin bag. Y'all bitches have fucked up the game for yourselves. Every nigga from here to motherfucking California is watching this shit. They seeing these bitches out here acting crazy. Not all of them. They see these bitches out here acting crazy. Talking about, yeah, vajay, this, that, and other, and the third. Niggas is looking at this shit. They like, yo, I don't want to date no bitch like that. I might be the next pup. They have me on a motherfucking cover of People magazine like, oh shit, the bitch got me for 20 million. You're a stronger nigga than me, man. Stronger nigga than me. There's some hoes out here that's aging out the game. Go ask Melissa Ford, she know. Go ask Melissa Ford, she know. Ain't that right, Button? She know. That's why you brought her on there. That's vintage for JJ now. Vintage for JJ. A lot of these old hoes, I can tell you old hoes are still doing porn right now. Y'all remember Janet Jackson? Boom, still doing porn. Y'all remember Cherokee the Ass? Boom, still doing porn. Y'all want me to keep going? Huh? Y'all remember Jada Fire? Boom, still doing porn. Y'all remember Alexis Texas? Boom, still doing porn. These hoes is in their 40s. They making a transition from being young porn actresses to MILF and guilt porn actresses now. There's a 73-year-old woman by the name of Sika Black that been busting down since the 70s and still doing porn. You know the difference between them chicks and the difference between the average chick that's in the music industry? Their vajay didn't tap out. The average vajay tap out. And shorty, you got to find a nigga. You got to find you somebody, baby, before your expiration date hit. Oh, there's an expiration date for your vajay too. There's an expiration date for your day too, ladies. You understand me? Yeah, they. So, keep in order. If anything that you do in life, don't become an old hoe. Because old hoes get tapped out. Your average girl that's in the music industry nowadays, right? You'll notice there'll be several men that are dating this woman. All right? And the men that are dating her, they're usually friends, right? Sometimes they even go and have babies by the friends in the music industry or the film industry, right? They'll go have a baby by someone who used to date the girl but is compliment with you. You understand? And to the audiences and to the crowds, they'll look at it and be like, yo, what the fuck happened there? Because everybody knew what shorty do. And you fucked up. You said, yo, you know what? She gonna do me different. She gonna treat me different. I know what she need. Nah, nigga, what she need to be is who she is. Let her bust down. There's an old adage that says you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. The real issue here is what I told y'all before, and I told y'all before they even announced it in court. I said all them bitches had one thing in common. All of them wasn't the bottom bitch. Now, I hate to say it like that, but it's got to be said the way it's said. See, when you got women and they all competing for one man, it's the same thing that goes on in Muslim culture when you have the practice of dating, marrying multiple women. Sooner or later, the hoes start competing for the main woman's spot. And when they find they're not held in adoration like the main chick is, that's what I'm calling it, main chick, they get to starting to feel a certain type of way. And so we saw that example from what Cassie said by our own declaration. And she said, well, you know, when I heard him utter the words, Kim Porter was my only true love. Bitch, what the fuck did you think it was? Like, ho, you gonna tell me you been sitting up in the house, you been around the kids, Kim know you, you know Kim, and you don't know how the fuck he feel about Kim? Bitch, get the fuck out my face. Get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. I didn't know. Like, listen, us in Connecticut, we know. Cassie went up in this courtroom right here across the street here. I'm gonna show y'all. So for the audience, Cassie went up into this courtroom right here, and she did what all of us in Connecticut know what she did. She went up into this courtroom and she played like she was suburban Connecticut girl. Aha! See, certain niggas ain't gonna peep that. I peeped that. I lived there. She went up in here and played average Connecticut girl, but you left out a couple things. You was a Connecticut girl that had New York ambitions. You was a Connecticut girl that left the suburbs out where we was at in NL and decided, I'm gonna come to New York, and the best way I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bust down. Let me tell you about NL, right? On my ID right now to this day, it say New London, all right? Now I gotta renew my ID, but the same area that Cassie lived in, and y'all done heard people in here, they know her brother Roderick, you know what I'm saying? We know her cousin David. We know these people. You know what I'm saying? She used to live on Ashcraft in the White House, right on the corner from SETI and motherfucking G Money, RIP to little G Money, you know what I'm saying? Him and Nardo, all them. She lived right next door to them. They know her. You know what I'm saying? And know your brother. I know your brother. I was talking to your brother on the phone for the longest, then we just stopped talking. Remember? So, shout out to Roger, man. I ain't got no problem with you, but it gotta be said the way it's said, nigga. They showed up here at the fucking courtroom. Now, in NL, it's different from the city. Let me tell you why. New London is a small town. It's a shoreline town, right? It used to be called the Whaling City. All right? If y'all ever seen the movie Amistad, I talked to y'all about this before. The Amistad actually landed in New London, and they had the case in New Haven. You go watch the movie, you're going to see the same thing at the end. So anyway, long story short, the culture out in these small towns in Connecticut, Connecticut's a bunch of counties with a whole bunch of small towns or larger cities in them. You know what I'm saying? It's usually like 3 larger cities than the rest of the small demographic cities or whatever. So Cassie lived in a small demographic. The towns around it, the Norwich, Groton, what else? Waterford, Niantic. And so these are all small towns. Now the girls out there in New London, right? I ain't gonna lie to you. A chick can meet you at the club that night and be fucking you in the next hour. It is what it is, and it's culture. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's always been like that in NL, kind of. You know what I'm saying? A lot of babies been made like that in NL. It is what it is. So with that being said, right? How you doing? With that being said, or whatever the case may be, that's how people got down. Now, if you got that type of mentality or whatever, now you in the big city, you're going to continue that same mentality. Y'all keep thinking Cassie from New York. Cassie's not from New York. Cassie from Connecticut. You understand me? So she still think like a small town girl. You know what I'm saying? And I know how girls in New London get down. If anybody in here from New London, I ain't talking about all the girls in New London, of course not, but we know New London, Connecticut culture. The girls that get down there a little loose out there, it's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows that in Connecticut. Like, it's not like a fucking surprise or something. You know what I mean? Like, you go out to New London right now, you could probably get some chick to bust down for you tonight. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Especially fresh in town. Oh shit, new nigga, new face in New London. Oh shit, I got to have them. And that was the culture out there. It ain't like that for all girls, but for the people that know me in NL, y'all know me by my nickname out there. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I don't have no reason to lie to you. So you got to take the social and area culture and then adapt it to New York scenery. And what you'll find is you'll find a lost puppy. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't know what she was getting herself into with these Bronx, Mount Vernon, Harlem niggas. That's what it sounds like to me. Hey, yo, my nigga, if you in here and you talking sweet to another nigga while I'm live, nigga, you look and you commenting on my mouth, nigga, I don't want you here anyway. Like, to be honest with you. Like, I don't like sweet talking niggas. Like, your name is Rich. You sound like a sweet bitch, nigga. All right, peace, God. Now, we don't deal with niggas like you. We don't deal with niggas like that. Nah, never. Never. Let me see how many followers he had. That's always the funny shit for me. Yeah, of course. This motherfucker been here for 4 years and got 0 subscribers. Get the fuck out of my chat, bitch, nigga. Anyway, what's that? Y'all make sure to hit that like button real quick. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get up out of here, man, because it's too noisy over here. Plus, I'm hungry than a motherfucker right now. Let me thank anybody donated all that stuff or whatever. I just want, like I said, I just want to tap in real quick, say what I had to say, and that was it. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, it's all good. I appreciate that $40 donation, though. I really do appreciate that. Helps me move around or whatever. Like I said, this is like a little mini thing, whatever. Hold on, I'm gonna move up off of here for a second. So I'm gonna keep it moving and shaking. Now y'all see why I had that mask on, right? You see how homeboy just randomly walked up, nigga. You know who the fuck I am. I only got a few people in here tonight. Hold on a second. Hold on. Damn, that shit was loud as fuck. They all pulling up at the courthouse too. What the fuck happened over there? They got the whole goddamn fire department over at the courthouse. What's going on, son? Yeah, see how God be working with me. He's like, yo, it's time to move away. I'm like, look, let me show y'all. Like, I got the whole goddamn police department over this motherfucker. Look at that shit. That shit crazy, right? I don't know what's going on over there, son. I don't want to know though. Are they still going up the block? Are they stopping there? Oh no, it's more of them pulling up. What the hell happened at the courthouse, son? What the fuck happened at the courthouse? Hold on, let me zoom in for y'all a little bit. What happened over here, son? Shit looks spooky. Yeah, y'all see that? It's like crazy fire department over here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I can't call it right now. Y'all know anything? Shit. Y'all make sure to double tap and hit that like button for your rest of y'all left in here. If y'all haven't hit the cash app up, man, if y'all agree with anything I said, like anything I said, nah, that's cool too. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I don't know where niggas get this shit from. I ain't supposed to say what I'm supposed to say, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna always say what I'm gonna say. But y'all see all this? It's like mad fucking police down here. I mean, not police, fire department for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Maybe some shit cut off. Oh, they blocking off the street and shit. What the fuck going on, shot? About to get a back, this motherfucker, sure, shit wild. You know what I mean? Oh shit, I get back here. I always know when to clock it out. You know what I'm saying? For real. You too, man. Know when to clock out. That's what I did with the whole thing with Shorty, and I was right. Niggas don't give me enough credit, son. That's the shit that be having me mad. Play some music real quick. I'm gonna let y'all hear something real quick before I get up out of here, because I know a couple of niggas didn't believe me. I was like, yo, that wasn't even her song. Where that other phone go? Oh shit, I'm fucking around. Where'd I put the other phone? I got 2 phones. I actually got 3 joints. There we go. Actually, I got 4 joints. But only bring like 2 of them out with me. Oh yeah, it's 8:19. I got places to be. I got places to be. That's a fact. I'm gonna be live with y'all again tonight in a little bit. I want to let y'all hear this real quick though. So I want to let y'all know that actually Cassie's song, hold on, let me turn this back on me. Cassie's song wasn't really her song. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna prove that to y'all right now. I'll just go back later and remove it. Just give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta look up the song. There we go. So let me let y'all hear this real quick. Oh, that ain't it. Hold on 1 second. That was some whole other shit. Hold on 1 second. It might be on this one, but it ain't on this one. I can't play it for you. Yeah, I ain't got it on this one. I'm gonna play it on the next live though, alright? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play it on the next live, I promise y'all. I was looking for the song. Your accolades and resume is serious. Do we know who you are? Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I be trying, this is a hard uphill battle when you got like several different motherfucking vloggers or whatever for their own benefit. I mean, like, nigga, how can you cancel out the nigga that actually worked at the company? Why how you counsel out the nigga to actually be with niggas? Like, that shit is funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was one of the biggest stars you could think of yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, some niggas is still in New York. You know what I mean? Well, never mind that. Point is, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand it either, but it's a likelihood that 9 times out of 10 the reason for it is a lot of people like salacious material. A lot of people like to see a motherfucking dog pile on them until it's them. You know what I'm saying? Because I assure you, if it was any one of these vloggers and it was their aunt or their uncle in here, they wouldn't have that same energy. They wouldn't be like, yo, I hope so-and-so go to jail or whatever. They have a whole different temperament. So you have to understand, a lot of people, they looking at it from the position of how they feel. Shit. They're looking at it from the position of how they feel internally and of their emotions, not what actually is going on or whatever. Don't make no mistake about it. I understand your temperament. I do, ladies. I understand your temperament. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, yo, Puff, you ain't gonna never get me to agree, nigga, when you was beating on Cassie. I can say what I want to about Cassie or whatever, but as far as like that videotape that I saw, what the fuck are you looking at? As far as that videotape that I saw or whatever, I still have to agree and still say the same thing. I can't condone that. You know what I mean? And I never will condone that. Like, that nigga beat that chick like she was a man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got in the tits with the chick. You know what I'm saying? You yoke shorty up, be like, all right, that's enough, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done that. But like the temperament, and I mean, nigga, you threw a vase at the chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of man was you? You threw a vase at her. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of anger. And then today, I heard they try to contest it. Mark, he put out, yo, well, the reason he was like that or whatever was because he was on drugs. Maybe so. You know what I'm saying? But I've been drunk a lot of times, son, and I ain't started wailing off and kicking no chick. You know what I mean? So as far as that right there, I can't stand by that. I can't stand by another thing too, and I'm gonna tell you, hopefully if you come home, I'm gonna tell you to your face too, Puff. What the fuck was up with you sending all these thousands of dollars to these hoes and male prostitutes and shit, but wasn't looking out for the team like you supposed to be, nigga? Like, niggas got problems with that. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, you know what I mean? You know me. I'm professional, nigga. I always say how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see what happens this week coming up. Like I said, it was just a preliminary joint I did right now. I ain't want to do my real joint down here because, you know, niggas be listening to you and shit. So, you know what I mean? I just wanted to do something real easy, real quick, you know what I mean? So that people know what's going on, whatever, keep the vibes right, you know what I mean? We put this on real quick because niggas be trying to catch you on camera. You see how son came up to me trying to get me on camera, talking about tell everybody your channel. Nigga, I don't fuck with you. It's like, get the fuck out of my face, nigga. I don't fuck with you. What the fuck? Word. So these niggas, they be on it, you know what I mean? It is what it is. What y'all into though, man? Any opinions, any questions, anything like that before I get up out of here, man? Because I'm going to be live back with y'all in a little bit. Just right now, cooling. About to get something to drink, something to eat real quick, get myself together or whatever. Your accolade, we said? Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all want to see the front of the courthouse real quick? I'll let y'all see that shit real quick. I gotta get up out of here. I need something to eat, G. Let y'all see the front, whatever. I don't be over here no more, cause I'm like, I've been done something on one of these niggas. You know what I mean? That's what I'm like. That's the front of the courthouse. Same view everybody else got every day. Y'all make sure I'm out here this week, man. Y'all hit up that CASHAPP. Support me. I do y'all well. Or y'all can see all the different whistle names have been out here. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Everybody packing up now, getting ready to head out. This, that, and other, and the third. The people that usually be over here, usually be a whole group of people sitting over here. I'll be watching when you return. I appreciate that, Candy. Thank you too. I appreciate that. They all think I'm a bad guy and all that. I'm like, nah, this ain't with that. What up? This ain't with that bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I told you I ain't been down here in a minute. I mean, I came down here, slid through here last night, but that was it, man. But as far as it's like this bad boy shit, I'm gonna always, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We said, I'll be watching you. That's what's up. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Like I said, we came out here, man. You know what I mean? We came out here for real. I might even take this right here and make this a still. We came out here for real, though. You know what I mean? We had to, so it is what it is. I'm gonna take a picture of that later. Shout out to King Combs, man. Shout out to the family. I'm sad I'm sad that he had to run into that earlier. Niggas talking about urinating and shit. Like, listen, man, stop talking to people like that for something happened to you, man. I ain't seen Shorty out here, but I know she out here, so I'm gonna be on the lookout for her, though. You heard? I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for her. That shit crazy right there. Like, niggas is out here talking all kinds of crazy shit, right? Factory. You know what I mean? What you said? That's what's up. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get up off of here, man. Get out of here. I got somewhere to be. I gotta record and some more shit tonight. I might be live with y'all later on. I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all know whatever. If not tomorrow morning, definitely. Just depend on how my whole little situation go tonight. I gotta go to Jersey to record, so I ain't looking forward to that. I might not have to go to Jersey. I hope not. If I don't, I'll be live with y'all. If I have to go to Jersey in that studio, I can't go live with y'all. They got like a little thing going on where they don't want us recording in the studio and all that shit. So we can't use our cell phones in the studio, all that shit. That's just what it is, you know what I mean? So be on the lookout for me. If anything, I'll be with y'all later or whatever. Other than that, man, I'm out of here. I'm gonna talk to y'all in a minute. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Appreciate y'all just having this whole journey with me, man. Let's go back 8 months for me. From the first day I was here at this courthouse, Puff was doing his bail hearing thing and everything else. So, yo, I just want to let you know, Skinny, we was here, man. At least 2 of us, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to G-Dep, you know what I mean? Coming through, whatever, it's bad boy, man. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. See y'all tonight.